Say truthful things.
Sonic Adventure sucks.
Shut the fuck! I'm gonna turn you into an adventure, you motherfucker.
Do it.
Hey, I already turned Graham into an adventurer years ago.
I'm gonna
It was
go-
lovely.
I'm gonna fucking go on an adventure. That's a great threat. I'm gonna go on an adventure.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna
go
go
on
on an adventure with Graham. I'm going to turn him into an adventure.
What does the act of turning one into an adventure entail?
Hope you
Why,
never
know?
find out.
Part of me has thought about being one of those people that like walks from the East Coast to the West Coast.
No. Like a more morose Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Land-based Felix Baumgartner.
We can play Skyrim on the laundry machine.
Yep.
You could play Doom on a laundry machine.
Probably. I mean, Doom is way easier to run than Skyrim. All right, go on. Someone prove that wrong. Come on, someone come out with the controversy. Actually, Taylor, given the circumstances of the true nature of Skyrim, Doom is mathematically way more functionally available on a Windows washing machine.
Actually, Taylor,
you
I
heard her
actually
first.
agree with your opinion. Actually.
Yeah, Doom
What-
is way easier to run.
What part? The contrarian part, or the?
You can run Doom on
Actually,
crabs.
You can run crabs on Doom.
I'll crab the fuck out of everybody.
Turn you into an adventure.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Can I just say, I'm so pissed because tonight is the perfect opportunity for me to go full villain, and the stakes have never been lower.
Mm-hmm.
No, never.
I'm so angry.
Exactly what would be the villain play here?
A villain does not reveal his secrets, Mick. Okay?
Yes, he does. He
Does
gives.
the
He
villain,
gives
does the villain reveal
big
he's the
speech.
villain at like 5 minutes into the movie?
You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna switch microphones just to illustrate how angry I am. Just hang on. I'm gonna switch microphones. I'm gonna switch my. There. Now I'm on this microphone, and I sound clearer and angrier because it's my villain arc.
raise his hand. Does anyone else think he sounds exactly the same?
Nah, he's got a little bit
No.
of a difference to him.
It's definitely different, yeah.
Okay.
Only a
Put up the
villain
Alex
would
Jones
see that
before and
someone-
after picture.
Only villains notice when no one changes. Fuck you.
Taylor, don't you know that
What?
lame twist villains are the rage nowadays? You gotta keep up with the subversion.
Yeah, that's all Disney does. They
Well-
don't even actually do
well-
any, villains anymore.
This is a
They
great
just do-
opportunity to admit that I've been Vinny the whole time.
Donkey
Nah.
Oh,
Kong?
how's the banana?
No. If this was Vinny, there'd be way less effort into the impression.
Hey, what's going on? It's Taylor. Yeah.
Is that Vinny?
I'm gonna drink water. Yeah, I'm Taylor.
Yeah.
This is where I reveal that I've actually been a caveman. I was a caveman. I'm immortal.
Graham music.
Graham music.
And I only stick around people like for 10 years or so before they start noticing I haven't aged. So I'm going to be going pretty soon.
Your
All right.
friendships are so
Gramdle
fleeting.
Savage.
Graham music.
Graham music.
Point is,
All right.
I'm still pissed about last Yearlies, and I don't forgive anyone.
Why?
Are you gonna ask that question?
How long you got, Mick?
There's no way you didn't know what you were saying.
It's going to be our least viewed
Oh, I knew
video.
exactly what I was saying.
Because every one of our amazing hundreds of thousands of viewers all signed off after the 1999 Yearlies. Nobody is here. But on the other hand, that means that nobody is here, so we can say whatever the fuck we want. I killed 7 people.
I killed 8
I know, and I
people.
was one of them.
Jordan, cut that out.
What, the part where I said I was one of them? Okay.
Wait, what? How are you here? He's like,
I'm a
crazy.
ghost.
I'm not a shopping list.
Ghosts on the
I'm a
Yearlies, that'll
ghost.
never happen.
No, it's been done.
Like he unmuted right when you said that.
Oh my god, a haunted shopping list!
Run for your lives! It's the appetizer! Thanks, Mick. You're the wind
All
beneath
right.
my wings.
There are
Thank you.
people who choose to
All
watch
right.
us, and that's something.
To all of you who choose to watch our videos, may I say, first of all, I'm sorry, and second of all,
All of us who watch our videos, I don't speak to imaginary friends anymore.
Dude,
Hey,
Shadow
hey,
is
Jeff.
like our biggest fan. Can you not talk about my imaginary friend Shadow like that?
Well, you know what? That's his problem. You're gonna have to take it up with him.
Talk to my imaginary friend Invisible.
Your imaginary friend Invisible is my imaginary friend Shadow.
Mark, who I do a podcast with.
No,
it is a pretty elaborate bit that you made a whole separate Discord account and do your own personal impression for your imaginary friend.
Or I'd totally get a guy to do it just to keep the bit going.
That guy just so happens to be named Mark.
Well, as far as you know, yeah.
My lore this year is that everyone is actually Vinny.
Like the letter E.
Hey, want to know what my last name is, Taylor? Or my middle name?
You want to try?
Yeah, you're not doing that.
You sure? You sure it's the middle name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess.
Okay.
Want to know what my middle name is?
Humphrey.
No.
Well, it's definitely not Vinny.
It's Vincent.
It is. All right.
Graham Vincent last name?
Why are we doing this bracket?
Yes.
Huh.
That's the question I want to ask.
Because it's a formality. When we
This
finish
is
a
the one-
decade...
This is the honorable mention bracket I've been the most excited for. Are you kidding?
Really?
Dude.
Every
Because a lot
decade
of
we
us are
need one of these.
All right. So, yes, this is an honorable mentions bracket for the 1990s, a decade where most of the years we were kind of reaching anyway, and eventually we weren't. Does anyone want... is there any honorable mentions round for this honorable mentions bracket?
Sonic Spinball?
Shut you.
The first level's fun. That's all I had. It was almost on the bracket before I remembered a third game.
Yes.
I'm so glad you remembered that third game, man.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you're the best.
I'm not gonna even let it. I'm not gonna even let him popcorn. I'm gonna just go. Pajama Sam 2 is the best Pajama Sam game. But we've talked about Pajama Sam already, and a lot of people don't say that Pajama Sam 2 is the best one. They think that the map is kind of crazy. I disagree. It's all about weather. I think video games about weather are not common. So an honorable mention. And Rocket Robot on Wheels was the 3D platformer before Sonic. I think I talked about this last Yearlies, but like no one who watched the last Yearlies is also watching this one. So it's brand new information. That
we're all here as such as repeated information for us.
You're all dead to me though. There's a prototype Sly Cooper, and 3D platforming is pretty good. You collect tickets. It's all about a carnival. I like carnivals. I was about to say it's N64 controls, so you know what to expect, but then I remembered that I hate you all and didn't want to give you the satisfaction of roasting the N64.
What did I do?
You put Ape Escape on the bracket!
Holy
right,
fuck.
yeah.
The mic out of his range.
Talk all about your
Alright.
You know what? I'm going to do Christian's honorable mentions for him. Super Bomberman 4, Super Bomberman 3, Super Bomberman 2, Bomberman 93, Bomberman 64, The Second Attack, Panic Bomber, Neo Bomberman, and of course, Sex 2. I'm taking away your privilege.
What a fake fan couldn't even say a single thing about any of those games.
They're all the same game!
Really, Tim.
What a fake fan. Fake
You're right.
and
You're right,
lame.
Sex
With
2
a
is
capital
sequel. Sex 2 is
L.
the sequel to Sex 1, and it is my favorite Bomberman game by far. But the things I really like about it is that after sex, the person you have sex with explodes because you just did so much pleasure. And it's a really controversial game. It was the foundation behind Randall is not going to get on the honor roll this year, which is my favorite Xbox original game.
Jordan, throw up the box art.
This was the game that made Hudson Soft go out of business.
Still
What
better.
was
Sex
that?
two?
Did I not do the joke right?
I just
Everyone's
don't
a
like. I
critic.
just don't want to acknowledge you because I hate you.
Yeah, I hate you too, buddy.
I don't know why you hate Christian. Christian did nothing wrong.
Oh, I don't hate him for Ape
That
Escape.
is
I
the
hate
first
him for
time you
GTA
ever
64.
said that, man.
I hate him for a different reason.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I don't know this reason of which you speak, to be real with you, but...
I did just literally say it, but because you're not listening, because you're just a bastard.
Look, I don't listen to people who can't say a single thing about 8 different Bomberman games. At that point, you're just white noise.
Christian, do you want to? Because I'm such a merciless villain, merciful. I can't even. Oh God, shut up. Do you want to say things about Bomberman games? No. Okay, Graham.
You're doing the schizophrenic thing?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We reached the schizophrenia jokes.
Yeah, so I don't have any honorable mentions.
The gangs are making the heirlooms.
I don't have any honorable mentions. So I'll just keep saying how Sonic Adventure sucks.
Graham, do you think you could read off my honorable mentions?
Hmm.
Can you read off my honorable mentions?
Yeah. So Super Bomberman 4, Super Bomberman 3, Super Bomberman 2, Super Bomberman 93, Bomberman 64, the second attack, Panic Bomber, Neo Bomberman, and Sex 2.
Yay! Yay!
You can make a Sex 4.
Not for you.
Oh.
Sorry, Jordan. It was too good to pass up. You were in the blast
It's not
radius.
good enough for Sex 2.
Woof!
It's just been a rough winter.
Sex 1, what did it win?
Best thing to do.
A brand new car.
Sex Drive, where is it going?
What's the deal
anybody
with
else
Sex?
have honorable mentions?
Are you telling me
okay.
this boy is virtual?
Sex changed? Can I have it in pennies?
Like you talk about the Virtual Boy.
Is it my turn?
No, but yes.
Is it
I
actually?
mean, do you have honorable mentions?
I have plenty of honorable mentions. In fact, my honorable mentions include Waterworld, which came out for the Virtual Boy. It was the only licensed game on the Virtual Boy based on the movie Waterworld.
There's something very poetic about Waterworld being a Virtual Boy exclusive and the only licensed game for the Virtual Boy being a Waterworld tie-in.
Yeah, they luckily were smart enough to not make the ocean red. They kept it black, which was good. Because out of those two colors, I guess black is the better alternative. And you just sail around shooting boats and rescuing people. This game looks like if I played it, it would make my eyes bleed. Next is Golf. And that's all I have to say about Golf. Red Alarm is a
Golf.
I forgot to mention Golf is for the Virtual Boy. Red Alarm is a game for the Virtual Boy where you are a spaceship flying around these polygonal levels trying to shoot shit and find the exit or whatever. To be honest with you, I played this game for like 10 minutes and got so frustrated with how awful it controlled that I never played it again. It's like, I think I said this last time I brought it up. Imagine playing like Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, but like it's even more limited. That's what playing Red Alarm is like.
What does any of this have to do with Thanos' brother?
What color is the alarm?
I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter R.
You literally have two options.
Arm.
Regenta?
Randall's not going to get on the honor roll this year.
I'm trying to find it.
Dude, you gotta warn me when you bring up my favorite Xbox game because I will go crazy.
Damn. So next is Vertical Force. It's a game for the Virtual Boy. It's a vertical shooter, like a shoot 'em up, and the Virtual Boy had to have one of these, I guess. So there it is. It's Vertical Force. It's a shoot 'em up. It's a space shooter. If you like those kinds of games, I'm sure you can find 50 better ones. Next is Virtual League
50 plug?
Yeah, right? Exactly. Next is Virtual League Baseball. It's for the Virtual Boy. What's interesting about this game is, well, it's just baseball, but I like baseball more than like most sports. So, it goes pretty high. It's what's interesting about this game is that I believe like there were two versions of it. The one in Japan has like cute chibi anime characters, and then the one in America has realistic baseball people. And to appeal to the hardcore market that's buying the Virtual Boy. Next is Jack Bros, a game for the Virtual Boy. It's like a maze game. It's supposed to be like a Persona spinoff where you is like Jack Frost and you navigate like these mazes and shit, and like you travel, like sometimes you jump really high, and it's like one of the 3 times like the 3D effect on the Virtual Boy actually is like notable. But this game also costs like fucking $5 quadrillion, so good luck getting it. Next is Panic Bomber. That's for the Virtual Boy. It's a Bomberman game, and we've talked at length about Bomberman games.
What's Bomberman?
Not even my boy could escape.
It's kind of like Sex 2.
Yeah,
Bomberman, I hardly know him.
I don't think anybody here likes Bomberman, so I think we could just like skip over this one.
Yeah.
Word. True. So true.
3D Tetris for the Virtual Boy. It's this game where it's basically like Tetris, except you're trying to fill a cube rather than destroy lines. It's Tetris, but in 3D. You'd be surprised to know that this game doesn't really utilize the 3D of the Virtual Boy very well. Next is Galactic Pinball.
Before you keep going, I just want you to know it's pronounced Threed.
Threed? Oh, like in Earthbound, like the town Threed in Earthbound. Right. Okay. Next, Galactic
Everybody
Pinball.
needs a Threed.
Yeah, Galactic Pinball for the Virtual Boy.
What you need is a Threed.
It's a pinball game that takes place in space. We've talked about a pinball game that takes place in space. We don't need to discuss this any further. Next is Mario's Tennis for the Virtual Boy.
It's his tennis.
It's his tennis on the Virtual Boy, and you walk around playing tennis. It is just as basic as Virtual League Baseball and golf. Because it's basically just a tennis game. There's nothing Mario about it except the characters and kind of the setting. So a cute precursor for what was to come in the N64 and GameCube era, but who really cares? And then Mario Clash, game for the Virtual Boy. It was a Mario Bros inspired game where you shoot turtle shells from across the platform to try to hit the turtles on the other side. Kind of like how in Mario Bros you have to jump below the turtles and then jump above them to knock them down. It tried doing something similar, but utilizing a 3D space. And does it use it well? Yeah, the effect looks pretty cool or whatever, but it's not, in my opinion, not worth making a whole game over.
Just play the WarioWare micro game version.
Yeah, there you go. Those are my honorable mentions.
And Clanky, can you read Christians real quick?
Yeah, I would really appreciate that.
Oh my
god! But you skipped one of them. You already talked about it.
I just clicked out of. Okay. We have. Should I go from back to front or front to back? What would you prefer, Christian?
Go from whichever way you want, sweetie.
Oh, thank you, honey. Sex 2, Neo Bomberman, Saturn Bomberman is already on the bracket. Panic Bomber, Bomberman 64, The Second Attack.
Which he hates, by the way.
I don't like that game. You're so right for that.
Super Bomberman 2. Super Bomberman 3. Super Bomberman 4.
And Bomberman 4.
Penguin Yay 1.
Penguin
Yay 2.
Penguin Yay 2.
I did not think that would get as much mileage as it has.
Well, listen, once you reminded me that it existed, it was over from the beginning, dude. Yeah.
Penguin Yay 1.
Super Bomberman 2. Super Bomberman 3.
What did you say that fucking Jack Bros was $10 squidillion?
It was 10. I think I said squad billion or something.
Actually.
A crovinillion.
We can't all live on a 1% salary, Christian.
Yeah, I guess I can only afford 1% of Jack Bros.
Dude, the squidillionaires just are running this country to the ground.
Squidillium game.
Are there other honorable mentions? Has everyone gone?
I didn't go yet.
Christian, you've done it 3 times.
No, I didn't say my honorable mentions.
I would like to hear first round.
When this goes on for 4 hours and we wonder why, it's this.
Don't worry, I'll make my honorable mentions nice and quick. Pajama Sam 2, I didn't really play that one. I was supposed to play the first Pajama Sam, but the disc didn't work. So
what's wrong with you?
And then Rocket Robot on Wheels. I did actually want to play this for the bracket, but I didn't get to do it. But he looks so funny. He's like Uniracers, but with eyes. It's great.
What's the setting?
Rocket Robot on Wheels Topia.
I literally just told you, so you had the answer right there, but that just proves how little you listen to me because you're a lousy friend.
Detroit.
Oh my god.
Wait, what were you saying, Taylor?
Become human?
So round 1, now I'm going to steal Jordan's role.
Yeah, thank you. Round 1. All right.
Round 1. They've got the new HoloLens collab.
Oh, God. I'm begging you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is a link to new videos. Our channel is here. The unsubscribe button is right here.
Right over there.
We're not nearly funny enough to keep that joke running long enough. The wordplay will end eventually.
All right. Round 1. We're going to start with 2 games.
What did it win?
The panic in Your voice, Mick.
What did he win?
What did he win, Jordan?
Round one. What did he win?
Oh God! All right.
Somebody has to know.
Did Mick ram file himself?
Yes, another gas leak episode.
Mick, did you just ram file yourself? Do I have to like put that in the Mick file?
Do you understand it now, Mick? Do
I
you get
totally
it?
get it. I totally get it.
Okay. All right.
The problem is that the joke's not quite stupid enough. It'd be if I went round two. What did it win?
No.
I mean, it would be even funnier if you just kept doing it.
Please, no. Please.
But it's gotta be like a What's New Pussycat thing where we think you're gonna stop and then you come back to it later.
Yeah.
All right. Round one. We're going to start with two games that had, I would say, maligned appearances in prior brackets and entries. We have Neopets, submitted by Taylor, initially under the heading "Does this count?" And we have.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? Someone was moving a large cartoon rock.
I'm sorry, I was moving my mic over. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I got it, guys. I gotta push this
reality.
I gotta push Sisyphus's rock back up the hill. Just give me a sec.
All right.
I saw it go to 10
once. Sound effect in here.
Would you like me to start from the top? Hello, welcome to the Yearlies. It's the 90s. No.
Yeah, let's go through our honorable mentions. Christian, do you have any?
All right, round one. Two games that kind of had maligned appearances on prior brackets. We have Neopets, submitted by Taylor, initially under the heading "Does this count?" ? And we have Nestor's Funky Bowling.
It's bowling.
Which is almost got out of bracket, but Clanky responded either please, no, or why, depending on who you talk to.
What a prestigious
Want to do the vote
lineup.
first?
Sure.
May I start?
Let's do the vote first. I think we should vote first.
No, I want to hear about bowling.
No. All right.
No, we can pitch, but like,
Okay.
let's just establish how there's no stakes and vote first.
No, I gotta give my pitch
All right.
first.
All right,
Time starts.
make
now.
it long.
So, friends, I didn't say this in '96, but secretly there's something in my senses strong-arming me to speak my sincere sentiments on this virtual sport. Nestor's Funky Bowling. So, if you'll satisfy my short attention span, this spiel will be small, scant, and snappy. Here's a summarized study of my selective findings, specifically separated by every 2 syllables. Starting with Nestor, the notorious, naive, narcissistic, noxious mascot of Nintendo Power from 1988 to 94. Not sure why Nintendo thought it necessary that this numbskull's name be noticeable to the nation, but nevertheless, Nestor's our lead. I never noticed him as noteworthy. I'm not nostalgic for him. I hoped his sister Hester, who also happens to headline this game, would adhere to my humor, but her heart had not won me over. Hopelessly, these are the only 2 hombres here. So I hope I hammered home how horrible this narrow number of players' names is.
You need to use hombres.
Following Nestor, I find myself referring to the second fragment that's featured in the title, Funky. If you followed along, I think funky is the most foolish, frustrating adjective these folks could have fingered. I'll be forthright.
What?
Funky?
What?
I'll be forthright. Funky, frankly, is false when referring to this game. Words like futile, forgetful, finicky, and flawed were a better fit for it. It's as if they forgot to familiarize themselves with this fucking game. Finally, let's flow into our last field. Bowling. To be blunt, is a boring sport.
Fuck you!
And the grab bag of balls and pins that this branded product produced doesn't particularly pack a punch. I want to be benevolent to the Virtual Boys Bear bowling game, but it'd be baffling to behold such baseless benevolency. So, if I'm bad for being brutal to the sport, big deal. It barely brings any big buzz, basically belittling any bliss that would become of me. Basically, use your brain. Don't deliver a decision that's foolish. It's not noticeable. It's not notable. Floored with faults, and a benign, brash, broken, brutal, bleak, boring bowling game. It's bowling.
It's bowling. Well, Clanky, clearly your clarity eclipses.
Oh.
Yeah?
Sorry.
I think I made my point.
Verily, these vichyssoise of verbiage veers most verbose.
I think you made your point a couple of Yearlies ago when you said, and I quote,
"It's bowling." I never said that.
Yeah.
I think you did.
I never said that.
I can't believe that's
Oh, yeah.
on the soundboard. That's crazy.
It is. Yeah. No, it's great. I added that to the soundboard, and I added this.
I gotta go take the fattest.
Why did he's creating an AI version of me?
Hold on, is that here? Don't tell me that's here.
I gotta go take the fattest piss to my.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, it used to be only in our private Discord. Now it's in here now.
And he changed the icon. That's actually a restroom icon.
The thing is, I can do this with more than just Christian, because as you can see,
Kelly Joel Osment played a bear called Barry Barrington.
This one's not in the Yearlies.
I know. Save it as a treat for later.
Can I wait? Play it again.
Yeah, hang on. I'll play that one again.
Kelly Joel Osment played a bear called Barry Barrington in the Country Bears. Why am I starting to say that in like a Savannah accent?
No, you're saying it like Walter Cronkite
Haley
announcing
Joel
someone
Osment
just died.
Played a bear named Barry Barrington.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I've wasted enough time.
Well, no, he finished way under time, actually. So we had the
either
time
way,
to do
I mean,
this.
yeah, well.
All right.
Anyway,
Well,
what's this Neopets game?
well, does it matter? That's my first question.
It actually does, because I've heard of Neopets, and I want you to talk about it on Yearlies.
Okay. You guys ever wonder where I got the name Hawawa from?
Oh,
Me too. Anyways, so Neopets is a browser game where you can adopt up to 4 Neopets and do things. As a child, I had a monkey named Hiki and 3 others whose names I have forgotten. One of them was a winged dragon, which I believe was part of the Shoyo series, and it was adorable and was the best pet, and I neglected the rest of my pets. My Scorpio was a mistake. I didn't want the Scorpio, but the Scorpio is in all the commercials, so I got the Scorpio. Basically, you do things like play mini games.
What did I think of that?
And every day you can play a bunch of mini games, and 3 times each day you can submit your high score, and your high score will be converted to Neo points, and your Neo points are used to buy various things.
What's the conversion rate?
You can I think you can earn up to 1,000 Neo points for each submission score. The conversion rate is very dependent on what mini game you are playing.
I'm talking the cold hard American dollars.
I think it's about 10 Stanley nickels.
8 million bison
bucks.
One of the things I really liked about the mini games, I mean, like on paper they're like, you know, your standard Flash games, but they were really addictive. And every once in a while they would do this this advertising campaign where this guy named I don't remember what his full name was, but his initials were AAA off of the.
What about the other letters?
Okay,
God damn.
Why would I care?
Well, you Z.
Anyway.
Beverly Hills, Hawawa.
Stop it.
I remember watching that movie, and I remember watching that movie in Spanish class all the
It has the
time.
fucking awesome Gwen Stefani song in it.
There are lots of things you can do in Neopets. You can go on combat quests. You can go shopping. You can decorate a home. It's a game that actually has a steady supply of things to do. There's even like a lot of really cool secrets like Jelly World, which absolutely doesn't exist. There was a bi-monthly magazine that you could subscribe to that was like a Nintendo Power but for Neopets, and it was full of fun tips and things that got me really excited to play. There were daily gambles that you could do, spin a giant wheel for points. But my favorite obsession was that you could paint your Neopets in extremely with different colors, but sometimes you could come across a super rare elusive paintbrush that made your Neopet look really cool. And my favorite was the Starry paintbrush, and I could never find one, so I had to figure out how to use the game's trade auction platform to buy one, which was basically like eBay, but for Neopet items only. And this is where I learned,
if you will.
eBay, if you will. This is what I learned. This is how I learned what K stands for, and that K means 1,000. Took me way too long to figure that out, and I upset very many people for when they asked me to make offers, offering them way too little of money, and that's how I got called a noob, and it made me sad. But I did finally get the Starry paintbrush, and I painted my monkey Starry. So this is ultimately a collection of just good memories amongst the game that I always felt like I was scratching the surface of. There's just like lots of fun daily things to do. I'm really like, I probably have missed like 7,000 cool things you could do in the game. But it was a fun way to spend time.
This is the closest you've ever gotten to trading hats in TF2.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I remember I used to have a lot of Neopets because like I remember like what was it? Remember when McDonald's did like that like toy thing where you got like a Neopet with like every Happy Meal or whatever? So my grandmother went online and found like a lot of 50 of them and bought them for me.
Holy shit!
Fuck yeah!
I had like I had a shit ton of Neopets as a kid, and like I didn't use the website a lot. I just like played with them, and then I got the PS2 game that came out with Neopets.
The Darkest Fairy.
Yeah, that was it. I remember getting through like the first level and going, "This is stupid," and I never played it again.
That is word for word exactly my same experience with that video game.
That's so funny, dude. But the only other memory I have of Neopets is I used to have a talking Kachik doll. Kachik was like my favorite Neopet. It was like it's like bipedal, has the long tail with like the fluffy thing at the end. Anyway.
Yeah, I think I had a Kachik.
Yeah, I had like a talking doll version of it, and one night it started like talking during the night because if you didn't like play with it without turning it off, it would keep talking. And I got so scared, I was like, "What was that?" That I ripped the battery out and it couldn't talk again.
I'm gonna sell you the pitch for a horror movie right now. A Neopet turns into a Furby.
I wouldn't.
That's body horror.
I don't think Furbies are that disturbing, to be honest with you. I think they're cute in their own fucked up kind of way.
I've got some pictures I can send you.
We should probably get to the vote. I believe I started with Christian last time?
Yeah,
so...
and twice is the charm.
It's
I'm
true.
actually going to start with Clanky this time.
All right.
Yeah, so it's going to go Clanky, Taylor, Mick, Graham, and then Christian. Sorry.
Yeah, you should be.
I am.
All right. Neopets.
Okay. Then Taylor.
Step on, but backwards.
Intriguing. All right.
Neo steps.
Mick.
Nestor's Funky Bowling.
Holy shit.
Listen, I tried to get into Neopets. I fucking hated it.
All right, there.
You would hate things that make me nostalgically happy. Like Sonic Adventure.
No, look. Okay, let me hang on. Let me nuance that then. I was expecting there to be an actual game of Neopets. And I don't know, it was just a website. It's just a fucking website.
Well, Nestor's Funky Bowling is just bowling.
And I like bowling.
I like websites.
Why?
Websites have more practicality than bowling.
No, they don't.
It's like a stock market.
Bowling built this country, Taylor.
It did?
Yes.
Was George Washington bowling over the Delaware?
Yes, he was.
That's
behind every great man.
And you want to know what he was doing it for? Soup.
Did you know that before his name was Washington, his name was Bowlington? I thought this was obvious knowledge.
God.
Yeah, then someone put him in a bathtub.
Did you know that every president was originally named after a bowling pun?
That's crazy, dude. A nation founded on bowling.
John Adams was John Isles.
Abraham Pinklin.
Graham, vote.
I'm gonna vote. My vote is for Mr. Anderson Pets.
I was waiting for someone to make a Matrix reference. And Mr. Anderson. Yeah. It's my surprisingly good Hugo Weaving person. And Christian.
Needless to note that a nod for Nestor is nonsense. Nonetheless, Neopets.
Nice work.
Yeah,
nicely done.
It's no surprise that it's no surprise that their competitor Merovingian Pets didn't do nearly as well.
I don't even get it. That's how I know it's funny.
Okay, round
It's
two.
another Matrix joke.
Oh.
Second
saw the
verse,
Matrix.
same as the first. We got Saturn Bomberman. Now, you wouldn't think Christian put this up.
Did I?
Against Virtual Boy Wario Land, which, given the theme, Clanky put up.
Wario Land. His arms must have been tired from all that flying.
Okay, who'd like to go first?
Well, Clanky,
I went first for Nestor. So needless to say,
are you sure you want to waste your going first privileges on Nestor's funky, and I cannot stress this enough, bowling?
yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay, sure. Saturn Bomberman, which I am sure you are all so excited.
All right, we ready to go to the vote?
I am, and don't call me Shirley.
Game is a 2D Bomberman game on the Sega Saturn. If people do not say that Bomberman 94 is the best Bomberman game, then they usually say that this is their favorite.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is this like how people say that Sonic CD is their favorite Sonic game because no one has played it? And so they're safe in the...
This does actually have a lot of redeeming factors. You can take a lot of what I said about Bomberman 94 and apply it here. It's the targeted gameplay where you go after specific points. But this game does have the benefit of being on the coke fiend of consoles known as the Sega Saturn, where the graphics of this game actually are just incredibly superb and smooth and feel like you're playing an arcade game. And whatchamacallit, music is jamming as per usual. And the Sega Saturn, it allows for a couple of things that you wouldn't get in other similar games. This game is one of the only Bomberman games in existence to have a multiplayer that's different, because you can play with 10 people in one Bomberman map. Which
Otherwise, it's the same?
It's, well... there's also a single player mode in this game.
No.
Player mode.
But like, in addition to it's unique. Its multiplayer is unique because there can be 10 people. Is there any other difference?
Exactly the same in the multiplayer.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Gives off the exact same experience of being in an elevator during a 5-year-old's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. There's also an extra single player mode in this game where you have to like climb a tower, and it's like an actual sort of a fucking like challenge tower mode, basically, which I only played for a little bit, didn't really get to go too much into. Like, the boss fights in this game
when you say a tower, is it like a side scroller, or is it like Game of Death?
It's a Game of Death kind of tower where you go into each of these trials and you have to do these fucking things. Apparently it's really good. I didn't get to play that much of it. The game has boss fights that are some of the best in the franchise. You fight giant mechs that destroy the floor beneath you, and one of the fights is on a western train, and the boss is a giant cowboy riding a horse, and it's actually an insane boss fight because you use the bombs to detonate cannons that fire out into the distance, and it does take good advantage of the Sega Saturn and its very, 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 very few redeeming qualities. I like the fact that the stages in this game connect to each other, so when you finish one stage, you just walk into the next stage. And this isn't just unlike Bomberman 94, they're all connected into one stark line, basically. Rather than Bomberman 94, which had connections, but still had to split it up 4 ways. Other than that, it's everything I said about Bomberman 94 kind of applies here. It's basically just if you like this one, you'll like that one too. There's a guy called Mr. Meanie, and the other villain has a massive. The other villain has a massive crotch bulge.
Fresh off the grill.
And I forgot to mention, instead of the Ruies in this game, they have the dinosaurs from that I was talking about, Bomberman Fantasy
from the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
True.
Oh, dude.
And these dinosaurs are like upgradable Ruies, whereas you keep them around. If you keep them around for long enough, they get bigger and stronger, and you raise them up like a virtual pet. It's great. I love it. Anyway, yeah, one of the villains has a massive crotch bulge. It's really weird. And then he got featured in the Bomberman anime, which is even weirder. Anyway, I'm amazed I went 4 minutes on this.
Virtual Boy Wario Land.
All right. So, If you have played a Wario Land game, I assume that this is what you can basically expect that, except on a Virtual Boy. I've never played another Wario. I've never played another Wario Land game in my life besides Shake It. And yeah. And like even then, I've played Shake It for like 5 minutes at most. This game, like I've sat down and played. You know what I mean? So this is like my most. This is how I'm familiar with Wario Land as a series. So it's a 2D platformer where you have to find a key and then exit the level trying to find as many treasures as possible, like a typical Wario Land game. It has some unique mechanics, such as like being able to jump between planes, and that's where like the 3D of the Virtual Boy comes into play here. Is it necessary? Like, is it necessary for you to have like that 3D effect in order to like really play this game? Not entirely. They do some cool things with it. Like sometimes there's like swinging like spiky balls, and like obviously like it's hard to tell the depth perception, but with the 3D, like it can actually kind of help.
Didn't a Donkey Kong game or something do that recently?
Dude, like 7,000 games have done that recently.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't play fucking stupid platformers. I'm sorry, that was way harsher than I meant it to be.
Damn. Well, listen, for Virtual Boy Wario Land, it may be warranted. So, yeah, like, it's cool because, like, normally, like, that would be something tougher to do if it's just, like, a 2D, you know, whatever, but, like if it's completely, like, flat. But, with the 3D effect, it can make it easier to time, but that's, like, really the extent of it, you know? Like, you can go in the backgrounds and, like, you can jump between the foreground and the background when platforming, and, like, it looks cool when you're doing it, like, on the Virtual Boy itself, but it's not, like, necessary in order to play it. I feel like you could enjoy this game probably even more on an emulator than like the original hardware, because like if you play it on the original hardware, the problem is that like
it's on the Virtual Boy.
It's on the Virtual Boy, so your eyes, you can start to get a headache like after an hour, and it's not like these games are long, but like, you know, they're going to require more than like an hour of playtime, so that means you have to take breaks. This is like the first like Nintendo system to do the please stop playing our console shtick, but like with this one, it's actually like pretty damn warranted, because you can like go blind if you play this thing for too long.
They don't say please, they're just like, get the fuck off the console.
Yeah. It's like, this game is a good platformer, and like I would probably like it a lot more if it was on anything else. And the craziest thing about this is that this is the best Virtual Boy game. This is the best one they could squeeze out, and like it
don't say that in front of Teleroboxer.
Listen, I love Teleroboxer, and we'll get into it, but like, you'll understand.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's just like, this game is, I think, the most like approachable and fun, quote unquote, Virtual Boy game. But like, it's just like a regular-ish platformer that's like themed around Wario and his moveset. So like, if that doesn't appeal to you, you're not gonna like this game.
All right, so we go to the vote, starting with, ironically, Clanky.
Despite all that, I'm still voting for Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Yeah. Okay. Taylor.
Well, Virtual Boy Wario Land sounds like the better game, but if I vote for Saturn Bomberman, it'll piss Mick off.
Will it though?
No, it won't. I don't
Does
care.
Mick have a particular fascination with either of these?
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm gonna.
Doesn't Mick hate Bomberman?
No, here's the thing, and I was gonna save this for when Christian talked about Bomberman Zero. I'm still not entirely sure Hero, whatever, okay? Look,
get it right, you
here's the thing. I'm still not entirely sure I know what Bomberman even is. Like, we've been through this so many times. I still don't actually know what the gameplay is like.
That's crazy work, dude.
It's bombs.
It's me with Pokemon.
Bombs.
Well, Mick, I regret to inform you, I don't think you're going to find out tonight.
All right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow the advice of the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, and vote for Virtual Boy Wario Land. Because as he always says, I love Virtual Boy Wario.
Yeah, he totally said that.
Yeah, contrary to what most people think, Benjamin Franklin was not actually president, despite being on the $100 bill.
Who's your favorite president? Mine's Martin Van Gutterball.
Who's my? Oh yeah, Ronald. Really fucking creepy loading screen.
That is his name. All right, Mick, it's your vote.
Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Graham.
Bomberman Hero Yuki Sanada.
There's no Bomberman Hero, Graham.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
next round.
I was looking.
What's the difference,
You don't
really?
need to look at the next
Get
round.
the
You
name
listen to
right.
the conversation that's right in front of you. You just can verify that you weren't even listening to us.
I wasn't. I really wasn't.
Kronos Bomberman.
And Christian.
Wait, what's the vote right now?
It's 3-1 Virtual Boy Wario.
Do you care?
Oh, okay, cool. So, vote for Saturn Bomberman.
Okay. Great. Now, okay, it's Bomberman
baby.
Hero. Bomberman Hero. No, you would think Christian put this up, and
Did I?
Yes, and
Check
it's
again.
against. Do you really need me to check? And it's against, inevitably, a Pokemon game, Pokemon Pinball, submitted by Taylor. I'd like to go first.
Man,
You
both
don't
these
have to open with
franchises,
"It's a Pokemon game." Maybe it's a pinball game.
the two most loved franchises in the
Pokemon's in the
Yearlies.
title.
Yeah, but pinball is also in the title.
But, like,
Listen, Jordan.
we haven't had 90 fucking pinball games,
Jordan, can you just
We've
take a
had a
page?
few, actually.
but not 90.
You're
Can
right.
you take a page from President Wooden Lane Wilson and just chill the fuck out?
Okay.
Yeah, it was a really bold swearing-in speech. Everyone chill the fuck out. I'm here to fix the economy.
I was
I don't
alive in
care.
1913.
I don't care if you go first. It's up to you.
All right. So you guys know how pinball sucks?
It doesn't.
I can.
It's literally the best thing ever.
Okay. So this is what if pinball was good.
But it is good, which means this must be bad.
So the thing I like about this game is that there's an actual objective to every time you play pinball, whereas it's not just about getting a high score, it's about actually filling out the Pokédex. So you can pick two boards, red or blue. Blue is way better, if I'm being honest. Red board kind of sucks. And you basically, you try to get your ball into a Pokemon's mouth, and that initiates catch mode. And once you've stuck your ball in the Pokemon's mouth, you then begin the...
911 is called.
And then after you get bailed out of jail, the 2-minute timer starts, and those bumpers on every pinball machine that are usually just there to rack up points now have a utility. There are 6 panels that you need to fill out, and every time you hit a bumper, one panel of the Pokemon fills out. So it's like a Who's That Pokemon, and you're coloring them in. And then once you color them in, you use the ball to bash them 3 times. We call it ball bashing. And
Freezing!
Yeah, this game is hot, dude. What the fuck?
and then you catch the Pokemon. And it's great because then the Pokemon is eternally added to your Pokédex. And then from there you can put your ball in another Pokemon's mouth and go to jail a second time.
Again, not sexual.
And yeah, no, I don't know why you would think it is. And then you go through evolve mode where you can evolve the Pokemon. And that's really exciting because you can only evolve the Pokemon if you have it in your party. So there's like an actual stake in getting it done. Every time you catch 3 Pokemon, you get to do a fun pinball mace minigame, like Beat the Shit Out of Meowth, which is really fun. Where you just bash Meowth until he drops money. And then later you can even battle Mewtwo. The music is pretty solid. I actually find the Pokemon Blues theme music and catch mode like really good because it's just a remix of the Japanese Pokemon theme of season 1 or 2, I think. I never completed the Pokédex because the RNG of finding them all maybe demands the patience of a saint. But for those like long car rides, when I was in the car, because it was a car ride, you know,
Usually car rides are done in cars.
yeah.
It's true.
Mine are on trains.
I just really enjoyed flipping. I just really enjoyed flipping those sticks, and you know, sometimes I'll pull out the emulator just to mash a couple of buttons and do it that way. It's one of my favorite takes of pinball of all time. I would say that maybe Ruby and Sapphire, maybe it's better. I don't know exactly, but you know, it's pretty dang fun.
Okay.
Another Bomberman game. Stat.
This is the one I care about.
Okay.
So Bomberman Hero is a Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64. No, please. It's a Nintendo 64, please. Bomberman game made by Hudson Soft. And this is a 3D platformer, not like the Bomberman 64 Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, rotate the camera around a particular axis and walk around briskly kind of game. But instead, you are literally running, jumping, actually doing like aerial maneuvers. We talked a little bit back about like, oh yeah, is this the Pac-Man World 2 of Bomberman? This is the Pac-Man World 2 of Bomberman. Because this is basically just a 3D platformer with Bomberman slapped on top of it. And it makes sense because this originally was not a Bomberman game. This was originally going to be a game in the Bonk franchise. If you are familiar with Bonk, it's that weird, creepy baby character that's in a couple of games where he hits people with his head. He looks like Tommy Pickles, I think. So this doesn't really play like a standard Bomberman game, yet somehow it still manages to inject a lot of the DNA from the Bomberman
you hear
franchise.
this, Mick? It's Bomberman and a 3D platformer, and it's on N64. How wet are you right now?
It's raining outside, huh? It still manages to inject a lot of what made the Bomberman franchise really good into this game. As I stated with Bomberman Fantasy Racer, it's always great to see how a new type of Bomberman game will use the bombs. And in this game, they are a permanent power-up that you always have, and you can just basically throw a shit ton of bombs in all directions whenever you want, which is great in these 3D environments because you can do these sick trick shots, like throwing a bomb like halfway across the stage and hitting one of these fucking floating orb guys in the face that explodes into a million low poly little pieces. On top of that, this game kind of recognizes what made some of the other Bomberman games really flawed, that being levels are really long and you die in one hit. In this game, levels are incredibly short. Rather than having a couple of long levels, this game has a couple dozen short levels in a world that are like 1 or 2 rooms. And you hop around those 1 or 2 rooms, and then you're done, and you have a health bar. So it kind of overcorrects a little bit of what made some of the earlier Bomberman games a little more frustrating, but in return, it makes the game a lot easier and a bit more breezy, I guess you could say. This game goes by at a ridiculously brisk pace. That is only helped by this game's most defining feature. Because a lot of people don't know about Bomberman Hero, but they actually do. The soundtrack for this game was composed by, and this is probably going to be the last time I get to say this, composed by the wonderful Jun Chikuma, and this is what she is known for. This is, and if I say all the genres correctly, let's see, this is a jungle acid techno drum and bass soundtrack that could easily stand alone as a solo album in any of those genres. Yet somehow was integrated into an N64 Bomberman game.
Yes, my favorite genre, jungle.
It's when you hear it, you'll know. But it's so strange that this soundtrack simultaneously does not fit at all within the game, yet feels so ridiculously natural. Whenever you go online and you look up reviews for this game, nobody's talking about the game. They're talking about the music. It's not even a fucking game review. They're just reviewing the album that Jun Chikuma made. And you have probably heard music from this game because a lot of the tracks in this game make excellent background music for YouTube videos. Fucking Redial, which is what's going to be playing right now, I'm sure, is so iconic of a track that I can tell you 75% of the people who know this song have never heard of Bomberman Hero, or maybe even Bomberman, but they love the fucking song, dude.
Or have a very difficult time understanding what Bomberman is.
It is, well, I don't care about what Bomberman is. I care about Bomberman Hero's music. I don't care for the game. But jokes aside, this is one of the most influential video game soundtracks that nobody knows about. And I think that is really fun and chill. Anyway, this game is fun and chill. And the music is but only a cherry on top. It is the best 3D Bomberman game out of like 3 of them. So, yeah.
So, we go to the votes. It is Clanky's vote.
I think that the idea of a fun Bomberman platformer sounds more interesting and appealing to me than Pokemon Pinball.
On the
so
N64.
Bomberman Hero.
On the N64.
I know, but Pokemon Pinball's on the Game Boy, right?
You hate the Game Boy too? It's got like 2 buttons.
I don't hate it as much as the N64, but like, there's only so much you can do with a Game Boy, you know what I mean?
This is a man who has put nothing but Virtual Boy games on his bracket, everybody.
I love the way you said that.
I will give Bomberman Hero credit in that I feel like it is a game that is hampered the least by the N64 as possible. Like the level design is so simple that the control issues from the horrid device you use to make inputs is only a slight distraction.
In Pokemon Pinball, you sometimes press A.
Sometimes.
My favorite button.
It's only like number 4 or 5 for me.
I can guarantee you the soundtrack of Bomberman Hero is better than the soundtrack of Pokemon Pinball.
Ask. Says who? Fucking
Ask Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Pokemon Pinball Jesus?
Okay.
Catch him. I hardly know him.
Know him.
All right. Taylor, it's your turn to vote.
All right. For this vote, I'm going to pull a quote from famous President Lyndon B. Johnson. The B stands for bumper.
Oh.
Pokemon Pinball. That's what he said. Right then and there. The B stands for bumper.
Yeah, the protesters hated that. Mick.
I'll have a Bomberman Hero with extra tzatziki sauce.
Graham.
You know, another thing I hate about Sonic Adventure was the fucking Knights of the Dream Pinball. And the fucking like thing where you had to like, oh cool, I'm gonna watch an animation of like Sonic spinning around like for like 5 minutes every time I like come back from a special stage.
Yeah, you're right. Nice journey into Dream still suck. You're right.
It was so cool. It was really cool.
I'm over Pokemon Pinball.
It's tied up.
Bomberman Hero.
Let's
Need a hero.
Let's go.
Mick, I appreciate the support.
I bet you if I didn't roast Pinball right away, Mick would have voted for Pokemon Pinball.
100%. But he came out swinging against my favorite game.
Pinball.
I love Pinball.
I don't actually hate Pinball, by the way.
Okay. Well, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the part I played in the Mutiny,
I'm not.
sir.
I got you to vote for a Bomberman game.
But it's also the least Bomberman game of all the Bomberman games.
How do you know? You don't know what Bomberman does.
Yeah, but Christian said it's the least Bomberman.
This is the normal one.
All right, round 4. It's Spy Fox 2.
You're going to take the words of a boy?
Some assembly
I'm not taking the
required.
words of a boy. I'm taking the words of a man. A bug man guy.
Yeah, I don't
Which
play
is a
the
Taylor
virtual
pick.
boy. I play the virtual man. Anyway,
Against
sorry, Jordan.
Fast Draw Showdown, which is a I should probably do this all again.
I'm glad you didn't start over. I'm glad you fit the round into the cracks of our argument.
I'll do it again for posterity.
No,
Spy Fox 2,
no,
Some assembly
I forbid it.
required. I'm gonna do it again now. Spy
Nobody
Fox 2.
knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.
I wonder if Freddi and Luther found the conch.
Man, Sonic Adventure really sucked.
All right. Spy Fox 2, Some assembly. Shut the fuck up! I implore you. I beseech you.
This is literally that count to 10 game without interrupting each other.
1.
Penguin game
William.
Penguin game 1.
Spy Fox 2, Some assembly required, which is a Taylor pick against Fast Draw Showdown.
I'll show you up as well.
Well, I can only assume it's a Mick pick, given how similar it is to another game he put up earlier this decade.
Okay, I'm not gonna. It's a bad joke, but I just don't want to go there with it.
Okay.
All right.
Can I go first?
No.
You may. Let me just get the timer.
Taylor, you already got to go first. I haven't gotten to go first yet.
Yeah, well, I want to go first twice, and I'm mad at you.
Well, I'm mad at you.
Well, I'm madder.
And I'm mad at myself. Hi, my name's Graham, audience.
Graham gets to go first.
All right, Graham.
Wait, hang on, I want Graham to finish. So this is where he goes into his autobiography.
Graham's not finished. He's American.
Okay, someone please go.
Hey, Christian, do you think they have Fast Draw Showdown at Diamond Arcade?
Why are you asking me? How would I know the answer to that? Oh, the Diamond Arcade.
You were so confident when you brought us there.
I was like, why the fuck are you asking me that question?
Let's dance, amigo. So Fast Draw Showdown is another game in the series, in the vague series with no real name, called that began with Mad Dog McCree, a series of
series. Okay.
I mean, it's a spiritual successor, I guess you could say. Mad Dog McCree, Mad Dog McCree, and its successors are a series of live-action FMV Western light gun shoot 'em up games. I know. Whereas the other games in the series have sort of a longer stretches of where you're just shooting nameless goons, punctuated by occasional showdowns with other gunslingers. Fast Draw Showdown is a bit of a boss rush variant on the series, where it's exclusively showdowns against other gunslingers. And all of these gunslingers you will be facing off of are incredibly colorful characters, including the man that I kept quoting in the first one, because I forgot which game he was in, and that is the Mexican guy in the sombrero that would keep going, "Let's dance, amigo," dance for 5 seconds, and then pull his gun and gun you down in the streets like a dog.
Is it still the Minnesota Funtime Players, basically?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Except, like, they get even stranger and wackier. Where like a character will, and here's the problem: the games are very similar, and I'm sure I will be repeating some and getting the two games mixed up, because like it's literally just like the bosses from Mad Dog McCree are stretch out in this. You'll be introduced to a character, and you'll have a few seconds to guess when he's going to take his gun out, if he has a gun, if it's a random side character that's actually going to be the one that shoots you. And they're all very interesting, colorful characters. There's not really much to say about it, because if you like a light gun game where you have to keep your gun in the holster, as champion gunslinger Wes Flowers likes to say, put your gun in the holster. You're gonna have to, it's fast draw, so you need to keep your gun at the side, and then when you see your opponent move, you need to draw faster than he does, and shoot him. If you take it out too early, you'll get punished for that.
I've been there.
So you gotta draw at the right time and make sure that you shoot to kill with your shots. It's, as I said, it's basically the boss fights in Mad Dog McCree.
It kind of sounded like a disgruntled Disney employee for a moment.
Why?
You're like, gotta take out your gun, you gotta shoot to kill.
But yeah, Fast Draw Showdown. If you want just to play the bosses of, if you want to play just the boss fights from Mad Dog McCree, you can't go wrong with this one. I have also only played this game as a real. I have not played any like the Wii ports of this game. I've only played it as an actual light gun game, like in an arcade. So I cannot speak to how good the ports are.
Well, the other game on this.
So
show me the spy facts.
We have had basically every Humongous Entertainment franchise represented on here of the big four, not counting Fatty Bear or the other like one-off games like Buzzy the Knowledge Bugs, Explore the Airport and Farm.
Knowledge Box.
Yeah, but I wanted to make sure Spy Fox got on here because Spy Fox was the Humongous Entertainment game for adults, so to speak. I didn't play it a lot as a kid. I didn't play it till these games got ported to Steam in 2014. And I gotta tell you, as an adult, these are the best Humongous Entertainment games by far. So guys, what if James Bond was Professor Gadget?
Inspector Gadget, you mean?
What if James Bond was Inspector Gadget?
I hate
sounds
Matthew
badass.
Broderick.
Well, yes.
Basically,
Not after what he did to the producers.
Basically, Spy Fox is this always smug, white suit wearing fox who every single line that comes out of his mouth is a pun. Every single one.
Like
You go
Mix
in,
Night.
you
I
go
hate
into
puns.
you go into a food cloning store, and there are these two sheep, and the one of the sheep goes, "Hi, I'm Doll," and the other one goes, "I'm Lee," and Spy Fox goes, "Hello, Dolly. So nice to have you back where you belong." There's another scene where you're trying to sneak into a wax museum, and there's this giant chicken that goes, "Hey, you can't enter the wax museum." And Spy Fox goes, "Would you believe me if I told you I had my own television show called Entering the Wax Museum?" And the chicken just pauses for a moment and goes, "Yes, but you still can't go in." Then there's another scene where you need to impersonate a chef, and Spy Fox goes, "Compared to you, I'm an absolute fraud." It's just nothing but amazing Spy Fox quotes the entire game, and it carries you so far. Well, that alone can't actually completely carry the experience, because I am also going to make the boldest claim that this game has the stupidest villain I have ever seen in human history, and I was all prepared to use that as a point to bash the game, but it actually makes the game so much better. The villain of the game is from the organization Smelly, which is an acronym for something I don't remember. And the villain's name is Napoleon LaRoche. He's Napoleon Bonaparte, but he's a roach.
We talked about this already? Oh yeah, that's the honorable mention, Lise. You already mentioned this.
And the entire game, he just sits in a chair. He doesn't ever get out of the chair. He just sits there. Whenever you go to confront him, he's just in a chair. And he's so stupid. First thing he does is he lays out his entire plan in excruciating detail. Then he tries to send you to prison, except the guards left out a series of conveniently placeable gears to open up the prison. And then Napoleon LaRoche never fixes it, so if you ever go back to talk to him, he just sends you back to prison, and you just immediately escape. And you can do this the whole game. His whole plan is to use a series of turnstiles to screw an underground screwdriver into a mechanical dog, so the dog will go on a rampage and destroy all turnstiles in the world because they were too tall for him when he wanted to go on the big ride when he was a kid.
So he's Professor Doofenshmirtz?
Yeah, he has very Doofenshmirtz energy. He doesn't. It's like he wants to rule the world, but it's really about destroying the turnstiles.
Yeah.
Now, his
Yeah,
plan...
the platypus. When I was a child, I was never allowed to go through the turnstiles.
No, that's the thing. He has listen to my tragic backstory. He absolutely has that energy. He does it. You get flashbacks. And he goes, "Spy Fox, my parents skipped my birth." But no.
That's like the fucking joke of my mother left before I was born.
Yeah. So his whole plan involves 1 million people turning a turnstile so he can activate the dog. Except the fare is free and he owns it, so he could just have a henchman spin the turnstile 1 million times, but he doesn't do that because he's a fucking idiot. You can one of the puzzles involves you needing to steal a key from him. The key is 2 inches from his left, and because he doesn't turn left when you steal the key, you manage to steal it without getting caught, because he couldn't be bothered to turn his fucking face to the left. But you stop his plans, and when you do stop his plans, his backup plan is several toasters inside the dog to create smog in the fair for 10 months, as he describes it, just like Seattle.
Yeah.
What? It is a shit
just like
place.
Seattle.
Yeah. The place you explore is a giant fair of varying exhibits like an ice rink, wax museum, food cloning, cannons, and a whole food court where you solve a puzzle requiring a pickle. A stick. There is an entire puzzle. You thought you invented it, but you did not. For you see, this is the pickle on a stick puzzle.
Admittedly.
Food court? The jury must be bananas.
Yeah, the whole food court is just, we only sell food on sticks here, sir. The puzzles are like actually almost tough, like so close to being tough, but it's still a children's game. Every time you solve a puzzle, you get a Zelda-like jingle. So like in Zelda it goes doo 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 doo, and Spy Fox it goes doo 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 doo. Also, your assistant is Monkey Penny and Professor Quack, who sounds like Bentley. The whole art style is a fun comic book. This game fucking rules.
So it's basically a better version of Spy Muppets License to Croak.
Yes, it's exactly that.
All right.
But it's a worse version of the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget movie.
Oh God, that's one of my least favorite movies of all time.
I'm sure it is.
Awful. It's so bad. Okay. So, Clanky, it is your turn.
This is a tough one for me because it's me just trying to figure out which one I would probably care to play more.
Do you like point-and-click adventure games?
They're all right. They can be good, but I've played a lot of schlock. I haven't played a lot of schlock. That's a lie.
I don't know. Your Virtual Boy lobby begs to differ.
Yeah.
Planky,
I guess I'll give it to Spy Fox 2 because I don't see myself really loving an on-rail shooter like Fast Draw Showdown.
Oh, it's not an on-rail shooter. You don't move. You stand still the entire time.
It's a stand-still shooter. Sorry.
No, it's an on rail, not on rails. You stay on the rail and don't move.
Every time you try and move off the rail, the game goes, no, stay there.
This game's not going off the rails.
Anyways, this Yearlies is sponsored by Cheetos.
Put it back in the holster.
Put it back in the holster.
Cheetos, they're dangerously cheesy. I'm going to quote President Warren G. Harding and say, the G stands for Spy Fox 2, some assembly required.
The joke, it's just dissolving as it goes on.
Is he the only president who didn't like bowling?
I mean, I think Taft had a whole bowling alley. Somebody did.
No, William Howard Taft was famous for saying, "What is the charge? Eating a meal? A
succulent Chinese meal?
I can't believe he's still alive.
Get your hand off my penis."
No, dude, even that guy is dead.
No, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Mick, well.
Let's dance, amigo.
Graham.
Spy Fox 2, The Second Coming.
And
let's dance, amigo.
It's 3-1 Spy Fox for Christian.
I am going to dance, amigo.
Let's go.
Round 5. Metal Gear Solid. A good game. Important game. Graham put it up. Going up against my wildcard pick. It's Ripper.
Jordan,
hell of a game. Wow.
Can you stop doing your John Cena impression?
I really hope it's going to be the whole pitch, and I want Graham to do his too.
It's not going to be the whole pitch. I can go first or second, whatever you want me to do, Graham.
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
Yes!
I'm fine with either one.
Ripper, I barely know her.
Ripper.
Walking.
So, Ripper, it is a FMV point-and-click mystery game No, wait, don't leave. No. This is.
I find it funny that this was made by Take-Two Interactive.
Before their strategy became just buy all the companies that make good games, because they now own like Rockstar and 2K and stuff like that. But in the 90s, they were one of the last companies consistently making FMV games, live action stuff. I think 95, 96 was the last boom of this, and then everybody kind of gave up. So Take-Two kept doing these till like 98. This was their second and most successful FMV game. They got a $2.5 million budget to make it, and like a large fraction of that went towards casting. I mean, and keep in mind, their first FMV game, Hell, a cyberpunk thriller, was able to get people like Dennis Hopper and Grace Jones. Ripper is a game that features Christopher Walken, Karen Allen, Burgess Meredith, Ossie Davis, Jimmy Walker from Good Times, Dynamite, and in one of his earlier roles, a young Paul Giamatti.
Oh.
If this was a Command and Conquer type,
I can't even imagine Paul Giamatti young.
He's younger.
Oh, okay, that's a good point.
Yeah. If this was like a Command and Conquer quality game, I would just pitch that. But Ripper actually does have a lot more going on. Oh boy, does it have a lot going on. This is, as I said, an FMV point-and-click mystery game. It's set in New York 2040. And the whole premise is that there's a serial killer going around who's very much inspired by Jack the Ripper, hence the title, Ripper. Our hero, Jake Quinlan, is an investigative journalist who's tasked to solve the mystery. What makes the game stand out from normal detective FMV games, Under a Killing Moon type games, is this insistence on this cyberpunk undertone. So your girlfriend in the game, Carol, is also a reporter and tries tracking down the killer herself. Doesn't go very well. She's comatose for most of the game. But what the game hypothesizes is that through analyzing her brain activity through cyberspace, you can get clues as to the identity of the killer. And this is actually kind of based in fact, as investigators trailing Jack the Ripper back in the day used to say that if only they could study the retinas of the victims, then they could get a clear idea of the identity of the killer. So this game is doing that, but using cyberpunk technology.
Yeah,
does sound kind of novel.
There's a theory that at the moment of someone's death, the last image they saw in their eyes would be like imprinted on their retinas, and that possibly by taking photos of the person's eyes, you could like recreate the last images that a person saw. It didn't work.
No, but this is
that's why we still don't know who Jack the Ripper is.
I saw that in a documentary I watched called Wild Wild West.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Graham.
And Branagh was awful in it. The game does double down on this cyberpunk idea with lots of threads and ideas resting too heavily on hacking and VR and other ideas that were way too primitive to discuss in 95. Depending on who you talk to, it can be an awkward fit. Now, what the game tries that I think works is that there's 4 different outcomes for who the killer might be, based off of clues you find and what decisions you make, especially during the third act of the game.
I cannot believe there are multiple games that have that on this bracket.
Yeah, well, this is the cooler of them, because this...
Dude, don't talk about Yoshi that way.
I mean, this one, you could get an outcome where Christopher Walken, like, removes his own brain. So, like, that's pretty cool. Or something like that. It's some weird cyberpunk anything.
Finally.
Yeah. We've all been waiting.
My brain is there.
Fallen. Ripper is not perfect. It takes some big swings, and not all of them pay off. Like a lot of FMV games from this era, not all the gameplay ages well. A lot of the acting choices were ridiculous even for 96, which is what happens when you get Christopher Walken and Burgess Meredith for your video game. But yeah, no, I think Ripper at least deserves to be talked about in any respect, even if it's more weird than really, a great installment. I just wanted to talk about it because Walken's in it. It's great. All right. Graham, Metal Gear Solid.
I was kind of shocked that we had to put this game like on the honorable mention bracket.
This franchise might be one of the least represented, like, major franchises on this show.
We did have the Phantom Pain on here.
Yeah, like 8 years ago.
Yeah. But no, this is Metal Gear Solid. This is like stealth games kind of really can trace a lot of their roots back here. It just gave us David Hayter as Snake, This is the game that like I've been playing a bit like through the Metal Gear Solid like collection that they put out, and like it's always like amazing like with like the old games like how well like parts of it like hold up, like all these like neat novel ideas. The Mantis fight will always be cool, like no matter what.
You play a lot of Super Smash Brothers Melee.
That's the GameCube version, though.
I don't care. Just
You care, damn it.
Please. Yeah, like
that's how you beat Psycho Mantis. You tell him you don't care.
Ask me how much I care, Psycho Mantis. Ask me how much I care.
That is the fun thing about Psycho Mantis. Before the boss fight even happens, he basically just does magic for you. He's like, I'm Psycho Mantis, but before we begin, I'm going to perform feats of wonder. First he reads your memory card, then he's like, I'm going to make your controller float. Go ahead, put your controller on the floor, I'll wait. And then like Snake turns to the camera and like nods that you should do it.
It's such a good fight.
And I guess the only thing I have to say is like, do you really think you can find love on a battlefield?
I want a woman that'll just straight up kill me. I'm talking watermelon in the thigh.
Is that all you have, Graham?
I want it. Yeah. If you want to pick it up.
I mean, sure.
I've always been more a fan of Metal Gear Solid, Bose Einstein. Oh, fuck, I fucked up the joke.
You fucking idiot.
What's a duck do?
What's up, dog?
Silly.
I think this is one of the first story-heavy games I got very invested in. I mean, I should say that I played the Twin Snakes version, which I think is a little more polished. Although some people say that the voice acting in the Twin Snakes is way too, like, overinflated to the point that you can't take anything seriously. I'm not sure I agree, but I didn't hear the original version. But this is the game that promises a plot twist every 5 minutes. And I really enjoy that energy because every plot twist this game has is really interesting. Like, why is everybody dying of heart attacks every 5 minutes? I sure want to know why 2 people died of a heart attack within 10 minutes of each other.
Can't believe the Diaper Chief died of a heart attack. That's crazy.
Who is Deep Throat? Why do I need to look at this girl's butt to solve a puzzle? That's not really a plot twist. I think it's just a fun spy thriller from the perspective of the hero is fun, the villains are fun, the plot twists are fun. The stealth is good, but like when you get caught, you really have to work to turn those alarms off, which can be kind of frustrating. I think the game is way better when you are in control of this. Oh yeah, I mean I know Mick loves that. It's really hard to get out of a sticky situation, but not impossible. I do love when you get to hold enemies at gunpoint and like go freeze. That feels good. Also, Kojima stuffed the crap out of this game with Easter eggs. A lot of the cooler ones are in the GameCube nature, but like if you go into the women's bathroom and try to save, the person who saves your game will be like, "What are you doing in the women's bathroom, you fucking sicko?" And then you can't save your game. Yeah, there's like this weird sense of realism that the game tries to convey, like footprints. Like if you leave footprints on the ground, someone will go, "Whose footprints are these?" And like you can use smoking to solve infrared laser puzzles. But to get the true ending, you have to button mash like so much. And this is not the only Metal Gear Solid where you need to button mash to beat the game, or at the very least, to get the best results. But the good news is that both endings are enjoyable. The climax of this story, I also think, is really, really good. Like one of my favorite final confrontation moments.
And if anything, I'm glad we got to talk about it on one of these brackets. I think.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it took an honorable mentions bracket to get Metal Gear Solid here.
Yeah, I mean, we probably could. Have we not talked? Did we not even get Snake Eater in here? Snake Eater's pretty good.
No, this is only one of 2 Metal Gear games we have ever talked about.
I would understand 2 and 4 not getting on here. Not that either of them are bad, but they definitely have more controversy attached to them.
We talked about Revengeance, right?
No.
No.
Yes.
No, we never have.
All right, that's it. We need to redo the Yearlies.
All right, 2010.
All right,
let's go.
Alan Wake Sonic Adventure. Let's go.
Yeah, we get another chance.
All right, Halo versus Simpsons Road Rage.
No, that's permanent.
No,
Sorry, Jordan.
Oh, fuck you. Traitor. All right.
Traitor.
Going to the votes. We start with Taylor now.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Mick.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Graham.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Christian.
I think the Ripper sounds really interesting.
Thank God it worked for somebody.
Well, the thing is, I am still voting for Metal Gear Solid, but I find the Ripper to be...
Have you not learned that when Christian starts talking the praises of one thing, he's voting for the other one?
I didn't hear the inflection going towards another part of a sentence.
You didn't wait for the Christian. No, Jordan, you have to wait.
Same thing.
You have to wait for the Christian, but
you fuckers all do the same thing. You are not innocent. Let the first man free of sin throw the first stone. I'm voting for Metal Gear Solid.
Ripper is a great sounding game, but
anyway, the Ripper does sound like an interesting game. I love the cast, and Jordan, you have made me more interested in the game than I was when you had originally done your very first wonderful Christopher Walken impression in the Yearlies.
He's taking pity on you.
I know. He's been doing it for 3 years now.
No, that's called taking a piss. There's a difference.
Jordan, don't listen to fucking Zemo over here trying to pit us against each other, okay?
Well, again, I'm not taking this bracket very seriously.
I couldn't let Sonic Adventure win, but I could let them destroy themselves.
Like, I didn't exactly fight for this game while I was pitching it. I pitched, I said, look, it kind of sucks. And, it's not winning.
But now I will think about it more than I originally did. I am voting for Metal Gear Solid, but I thought your pitch was neat.
Okay, thanks. And Clanky.
Can I ask everybody here who's played Metal Gear Solid a question? If I am not someone who loves stealth games, is there anything for me in Metal Gear Solid?
Yes, a very good story.
Yes.
I have a very on and off relationship with story games, or with stealth games rather. But I feel like when stealth is the focus, they can actually make it work. And even if you don't love all the stealth, there are some really clever boss fights with there's a very good story here. And you can just get really into Kojima's style of game design. That you get a pass to play with Kojima for a day. Yeah,
that's kind of that's really all I needed to know. I needed to know if the story was good enough to warrant me slugging through stealth sections that I don't care too much about. But all right, yeah. So then I guess
I think there's a very big difference between stealth sections and a stealth game, because as someone who loves stealth games, I also hate stealth sections.
Okay, all right, interesting.
Well, because if it's a game not designed for stealth, stealth sucks. And when it's a game designed for stealth, stealth is great.
Yeah, it's fair. It's like games that have rhythm sections but are not rhythm games. They are always ass.
Gotcha. Well, yeah. So in that case, Colonel.
Yeah. Also, when I showed this game to Graham and we tried playing it together, we had this running bit where the Colonel had kidney stones, and he kept calling.
No, I thought it was like kidney cancer or something. Urinary tract. I'm a urinary tract infection, snake.
I think we said kidney stones, but we didn't get what having a kidney stone would entail, and we just made him have to piss all the time. Snake, I got.
I can't believe you gave the Colonel prostate cancer. What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't think Discord picked that up. Are you doing Elmo? Dude, what if the Colonel was Elmo?
No. Snake. Kill. Round 6, a game that I fear is doomed to dominate tonight. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Shut the fuck up, Jordan. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is the exact kind of game that would go crazy far in a Yearlies.
Jordan, you said it wrong. It's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine.
My apologies.
You know what? I'm gonna do you one better and do a Freddi Fish 4.
Well, the thing is, I actually looked up the full name of Freddi Fish 4 for this because it wasn't on the, Graham didn't type it out. it goes up against Freddi Fish 4, the case of the Hogfish Rustlers of Briny Gulch. No wonder Graham didn't type the whole thing out.
And by the way, Jordan, what are you trying to say? That Graham doesn't know a lot about Freddi Fish 4? I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to pitch Freddi Fish 4 for you while Graham shows off his amazing playstyle.
All right.
Wait, what the hell? Is he actually doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get the Discord ready.
All right, go.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet? Sorry.
One
okay.
sec.
Well, that's the Yearlies, everybody. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Subscribe to these 2 links.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah. So, this was the one Freddi Fish game that I didn't grow up with. It fits in really nicely to the rest of the Freddi Fish franchise.
How do
I think the fact that this one has such thematic ties with a Western theme helps keep a landscape a little more consistent than other Freddi Fish games, which are usually just like explore underwater caves and such. I like the saloon and the various Western themed fish.
He's in world record pace.
There's a guy who sells belt buckles.
Here, go.
And it's called Just Buckles.
Here.
There are Elmer Glue jokes. I don't think that this game has many alternate puzzle solutions as I would like. I think that Freddi Fish 2 and 3 had more puzzles. This one has get a bandana or a neckerchief. Or I think those are the same thing. Fuck it. Get a belt and, get a hat. I just think there could be more options. And also, there's another whodunit that's not as cool as in Freddi Fish 3. Because there's no cool music and the reasoning is kind of a little more weird. But this game does remind me how fucking incredible Luther is, dude. He's so on point. These two have such a great dynamic where Freddy's like, I'm going to wear a 10-gallon hat. And Luther's like, I want one too. And Freddy's like, you can't wear a 10-gallon hat, Luther. Maybe a 5-gallon hat. And Luther goes, I'm worth at least a 6.5-gallon hat, Freddy. It's so good, dude. Luther's so good. And this is a pretty fun Freddi Fish game. Graham, are you still on this game?
Fuck. Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm right there. Just keep going, Taylor. I'll get it eventually.
All right, fine. I'll start my pitch over. So Freddi Fish 4 is this kind of mediocre Freddi Fish game that I didn't grow up with. It fits in, kind of mediocrely. The Western theme is kind of a little lame, and is less consistent than the other Freddi Fish games, which are just explore underwater caves, and, saloons are kind of dumb anyways.
Is adding so much.
Elmer Glue jokes are here, and, that's kind of whatever. The whodunit is stupid and fucked.
Did Graham's game crash? Oh no, there.
No, he's here. Oh
look, I beat it.
Where did you beat
it?
Look,
see, the game stopped.
Don't you know you beat the game when it stops?
New world record.
Yeah. I did also look at the world map of Freddi Fish 4, and it's very much the path is very much the equivalent of what a branching narrative map road trap would look like. So I would imagine that speedrunning it would involve just going from left all the way to the right as best as you can. I think I could speedrun this game pretty well if I tried.
Yeah, I just did, and I proved how easy it was.
Sure.
Just the same exact way that you did Freddi Fish 3.
Yeah.
I'm glad so many of us here are speedrunners. Mick, that's up to you. I mean, you put on Mean Machine.
Bean time? Let's go, boys. Alright, so Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is Puyo Puyo for people who can't deal with the gross, weird-looking anime characters.
No, instead let's have the gross, weird-looking Robotnik characters, which are way creepier.
He is beautiful.
Their smiles are so creepy.
Look at his face. He is handsome.
One of the scariest games ever made.
The first character's name is Arms, and he's just a creepy robot with a creepy mouth.
He's great looking. Look! These are the Sonic characters from the TV show, and that's where he gets it. That's where he loves chili dogs, and it's Jaleel White, and All
right, you ready to vote?
Yeah. Okay. So, Puyo Puyo is a game in which you it's a falling block game like Tetris, where you have these. In this case, you have these beans that fall from the top. And you can move and rotate the
over.
beans, and when you get 4 beans of the same color matched together, they disappear from the grid. And so your goal is to try and, those beans will trigger other beans. So your goal is to like get combos so that all the beans fall correctly and delete other beans, and it's great because it's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
I like when you get a big combo in this game and the beans go Yahoo! Also, this. No, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
I also really like how this game is themed around Sat AM's designs, and
This
like
is
I
not
just
Sat
love
AM,
them.
sadly. This is the Adventures of Sonic the
Oh, yeah, that's
Hedgehog.
a good one.
The fucking cartoon, the Western cartoon.
Yeah.
My mistake. Is Sat AM the one that's like
That's
with
Sally
the
Acorn,
Squirrel Girl?
yeah.
Okay, Squirrel Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, Squirrel Girl.
Or Squirrel for short.
My friends are here.
This game's soundtrack is kind of bonkers, I do gotta say. The multiplayer theme, or it's alternatively that and the theme that plays when you fight against Robotnik, goes so unreasonably hard that they reused it in Sonic Mania for the fucking Puyo Puyo boss.
Yeah, it's great because you get to play. You get to play as Has Been and fight off against fight against Dr. Robotnik and destroy his Mean Bean Machine. And it's Puyo
Really?
Puyo, but without the anime characters, so it's better.
Wow.
But in Puyo Puyo, you fight Satan at the end.
You drive a hard
does
bargain
Satan
here, but
any
luckily it's not
difference?
against Puyo Puyo. It's against.
When are we doing the Puys? Puyo Puys. The Puys.
With my wild card, Dr. Robotnik's Bean Bean Machine.
Versus Kirby's Avalanche. And then there's just 14 more of those. Anyway, this game has a great intro. It starts off with like a lightning flash, and you can very briefly see Dr. Robotnik's face in a deep blue ocean of misery. And then the fucking Genesis twang comes on. It's like as the Puyo letters form Dr. Robotnik on the fucking screen, and then this machine comes in and spits out a bunch of beans that spell out mean bean, but machine also spells machine. And then the game starts and everything is worse.
Yes, my favorite part of
What are you
every
talking
video
about?
game
It's
too is
great.
the
It's
opening
fun.
cutscene.
Oh no, the intro's just so good that nothing
Oh,
can
okay.
compare, you know?
Okay, that's fair enough.
They could
I'll
put
give
that
you
intro in front of fucking the Phantom Pain and it would be the best part of that game.
But yeah, it's a fun puzzle game. It's a lot of fun. It's Puyo Puyo, but better.
Yeah. Beans.
Beans.
Beans!
Beans.
The country
Is it over?
beans!
Yeah.
Beans!
Haley Joel Osment played a bean named Beanie Beatington in the Country Beans 2002.
The idea of there being like an animatronic stage show with beans instead of bears is so funny.
I think they have that at Epcot. What was it? The fucking what is it called? Like the one where it's about like vegetables telling you about your diet and shit. I forget what it's called.
Oh, that's an old one, yeah.
that still there?
Lay of the
The
Land.
Rocks?
I don't think it is, but it's like Lay of the Land or something.
The something it's I think it's called it's the Land Pavilion, definitely, but it's like something like that.
Yeah,
Living off of the land, yeah.
that's it.
All right, going to the vote. It is Taylor's turn.
I truly don't know what to be more upset about. That Mick voted for Ape Escape over Sonic Adventure, or that he would have the fucking nerve, the audacity to put another Sonic game on during the next bracket. That son of a fucking bitch.
In my
I will
defense-
never, and I can't stress this enough, ever vote for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I'm voting for Freddi Fish 4.
Sonic's not in this game.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not in this game. You play as Has Been.
I can't wait to see which game is going to make Taylor break his vow. Mick.
I'm voting for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Okay. Graham.
The reason this game is on here is aside from like my A+ speedrunning skills, is this was the Freddi Fish game like I grew up in.
You grew up in this game?
He grew up in the game.
He was isekai'd into that game.
Yeah. So
So funny.
it would be a lot of fun trying to beat this game. Like before recess was over because they wiped the computers like every day, so you could never like save progress. So that is why I'm voting for Freddi Fish 4.
Yes.
Incredible. Christian.
One of my favorite things about being in a group of people is when anyone messes up one letter in a word, the entire group descends upon them.
I got the hiccups.
It's funny every single time it happens. It's so good.
Raphael, this is where my Parnets died. Parnets.
Parnets.
This is where my Parnets died, Parappa. This is where you watched your Parnets die.
He said the word wrong. I'm voting for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
It's tied up for Clanky.
Take us home, Dr. Robotnik.
Yes! Let's go, boys.
Yes!
It's okay, because he was already dead to me.
I was?
Don't worry, Taylor. I'm also never going to vote for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Wow, you sent Taylor to the dark side. That's crazy.
I wanted to go to a party city and buy like a skull mask and like a robe and like come in and like do like a death game where I was the villain because they were having like a growing out of business sale. But
a growing out of business sale.
This is what I'm saying.
Parnets.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
More like juxtaposition.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Anyways, I was gonna like be like Jigsaw and be like, I want to play a game. Each of you have committed a grave sin, and now you must pay.
In front of you is the deep fryer.
Stick your hand in the oil.
And your penis.
Don't skip on the salt.
Mind the glass. Round 7.
Guys, why are we doing this bracket?
Well, because we have King's Quest 6. Heir today, gone tomorrow, which for the first time in like
bold joke, bold. I need to be the first to say.
For the first time in 30 Yearlieses, I'm voting for King's Quest bit.
But you're not voting.
Mick put this up.
Yes.
And for the second honorable Bentions bracket in a row, we've got a payoff.
Can I say the name
of a dinosaur?
Can I say the name, Jordan?
Yes.
Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
Hey.
Yes. Not to be confused with 3D Dinosaur Adventure. Who would do that? This would put up by Graham and Christian. Who would like to go first?
This is the first time, I think, in any honorable mentions bracket where two people put up the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right, Graham?
That's a diverse, culturally acceptable bracket.
Yeah, so this game is the reason me and Christian are friends. No other reason. So if this game dies, then we stop being friends.
True. So, it's a fucking contract.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, Christian and Graham have Dinosaur Adventure 3D. Me and Graham have a noodle place that we went to once.
That's good.
And my favorite noodle place. My favorite restaurant of all time, actually.
And this is your favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I remember. Graham made me order a very specific noodle order from that place. I was like, I'm going to just try these noodles. Like, no, you're going to get the house noodle special, you son of a bitch.
Because it's the best goddamn food I've ever eaten.
All right.
You went to the noodle place with him as well?
I didn't go with him.
Yes.
I just ordered there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that was a great Dinosaur Adventure 3D pitch. That's the thing. You gave your Dinosaur Adventure 3D pitch during 3D Dinosaur Adventure.
We did say a decent bit about the game during that pitch, didn't we?
And I don't remember any of it.
So, I can remember a little bit more about Dinosaur
Jordan,
Adventure
put up that pitch, and let's talk about 3D Dinosaur Adventure instead.
So can I actually say something here? And I feel like I might have mentioned this before. I'm still not entirely sure what the bit between Christian and Graham with Dinosaur Adventure 3D is.
Oh yeah, wait, Graham, you should tell that story.
Yeah, I think I came to like, it's like a hangout, like Taylor was like, hey, we're watching.
It was the first time I ever invited you to hang out with us.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching a Best of Grump compilation in the club room. I remember you had a Camp sticker on your computer. You explained Camp to me.
At some point, we just got talking about nostalgic games, I think, and I don't know how it's...
I think I found the game, like I found the source material of the game, and I showed it to you guys, and that sent you down the rabbit hole of figuring out how to install it, and we went upstairs.
How did we come up in conversation? Were we talking about nostalgic games or something?
That's the part I don't remember.
We must have been talking about like nostalgic games, and then like one of us mentioned a blue dinosaur, and that must have sparked it.
I think it might have been
9 or 8 years ago.
If I had to guess, we were talking about children's edutainment games.
Okay, because here's the thing. I also played this game when I was a kid.
Oh, shut up.
I'm not. I could run downstairs and grab my copy of Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
It's been a long day. You're very tired.
No, okay. There's like the opening cut. I can describe the opening cutscene from memory. Okay, so the cutscene, you know, there's the opening cutscene. It ends with like a picture of like a T-Rex, you know, roaring in like a thunderstorm. All right, and then it cuts, and like our main character, like all the other dinosaurs are like realistic 3D CGI things, but the main character is like this teal blue dinosaur with like a voice, which it's kind of
That sounds like Roz from the Wild Robot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and there's I can remember one of the mini games involves eggs.
Am I the only one who hasn't played this game before?
No, I haven't played it either.
Oh, okay.
Mick, how do we know you didn't just look up a long play?
Well, I could grab my disc and prove it to you.
Go get it.
Alright.
I'll be counting. 1.
Yeah, so this and Freddi Fish 4, these were the games that are on my school's PC. And unlike Freddi Fish 4, you could not beat this in like one sitting.
You know what? Just for the sake of the recording, I will... Jordan, put in the photo of me holding my copy of the game. But
is AI generated?
I mean, that is fair. I did replace Mick with AI 7 Yearlies ago.
Yeah, it's your own fault for programming me to vote for Ape Escape over Sonic Adventure.
That's what the algorithm decided was best.
Don't you see his 6th finger behind the game
algorithm
cartridge?
looked at that Madness episode and was like, this will piss Taylor off.
I will say that I owned this game for home, and I do have fond memories of the make-up path for the dinosaur to follow game and the run away from the T-Rex game.
Home?
Yeah, because I'm
fucking on the Sony Home?
Yeah, because I'm fucking cool.
You have it on the Microsoft Home?
Pokemon Home.
Even better, I have it at home.
You have it on the Nintendo Squirrel? Did we do a good job pitching Dinosaur Adventure 3D? I think we did a good job pitching Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
What else is there to say? Like,
really? Eggs.
It's an edutainment dinosaur game, right?
It's an edutainment dinosaur game.
Collecting the dinosaur eggs was fun, and I liked watching them in the little nest as you stacked them up. And it appeased the autistic 5-year-old brain a ton, watching assembling all the eggs into little holes.
Most autistic 5-year-olds are really into dinosaurs anyway, so it works out.
Real.
Speaking from experience.
It's the same, I guess.
King's Quest.
All right, so King's Quest 6, here today, gone tomorrow. So, I have not played this game.
Okay, let's go.
But I have watched an entire playthrough of it. Specifically, funnily enough, considering there was a reference to Game Grumps in your background story to Dinosaur Adventure 3D, I watched this on the Steam Train playthrough with Dan and Robert Ross playing through it.
His government
That's
name.
Also, I mean, to be fair, that's my whole experience with this game too.
Okay, yeah. King's Quest 6, Heir today, gone tomorrow, is a King's Quest point-and-click adventure game in which you play as the son of King Graham, named Prince Alexander, who goes to try and goes to try and rescue Princess Cassima from the evil Vizier Abdul al-Hazred. And in order to do so,
you remember that part.
Well, yeah, because it's a Lovecraft reference. And so in order to do that, it's a point-and-click adventure game. You go around a number of islands. One's Arabian Nights themed, one's Alice in Wonderland themed, one's Greek mythology themed, one's like Beauty and the Beast themed. I don't know if you can really consider that a theme, but yeah.
Well, it's fairy tale.
Yeah, that's yeah. And it's a point-and-click adventure game. Unlike some others, being a Sierra game, you can die in it.
You can soft lock it.
Yes. But skill issue.
No. Roberta Williams issue.
Skill issue.
She's great. I love her, but I don't know why she does this. And you know, it's sad, right? Because this game is actually, the puzzles, very thematically tied to fairy tale puns, which means that, like Toonstruck, there's a language to understand to solving the puzzles.
Yeah.
But
it's
there's
really great.
soft locks all over the place.
Skill issue.
You could just turn into a wolf because you didn't go to the person you needed fast enough.
Skill
I've
issue.
been there.
You could not get the lamp you need because you didn't look at the lamp in the one cutscene that had the lamp you needed.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
You could have a skill issue.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Skill issue.
Ice
I
fishing.
like Jalo.
Skill
I like
issue.
Jalo!
Oh, King Graham, Alexander.
The NPCs in this game are great.
Is this where the look out, Graham? A poisonous
That's
snake.
five.
Fifth one.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, even
I
Jordan
know that's
did
the fifth one
that.
because I looked it up today to see if I could make that joke for 6.
A poisonous. No.
What's going on? This does have one of the greatest ending songs to any video game.
Everybody have fun tonight.
No, unfortunately.
In which case, no, it isn't then.
Yeah, it's true. That's fair.
Strong second.
Are you gonna not share it because he roasted you?
Oh, it'll be the music playing in the background for this. Yes, that's what I'm choosing. I'm choosing Curl into Tower for the background music.
If I grew up with the point-and-click games, this would probably be the best one of the 6 King's Quest games. It's the best looking one. I've seen most of them played through. It's just a shame that they have such a flawed game design of being Sierra games.
Well, some of us fuck it.
Skill issue.
Yeah,
Look.
that.
Listen, as Ulysses Skill Issue Grant once said,
That's what the S stands for. Now he didn't even know, but now we know.
I
Perhaps
thought
it
it was
was a
just for home.
skill issue on his end that he didn't know.
Okay, everybody, time the fuck out. How come when Graham does the S stands for hope bit, you all love it, but when I do it, it's
Oh, I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear you, yeah. Can you try again?
Skill issue.
Oh,
all right. We're going to the vote.
brutal.
That was woof.
It's Taylor's turn.
I'm voting for King's Quest Skill Issue.
Nick.
King's Quest 6.
I said Graham.
Look out, Graham! A poisonous dinosaur! Also, this is the wrong game!
What's he doing in there?
Christian.
Dinosaur Adventure 3D, baby, let's go.
And Clanky can break the tie.
It would be so
King's
fun.
Quest 6.
You fuckers.
Hey, what do you want?
I'm sorry, Graham and Christian, but your friendship is officially terminated.
No, it's in the losers bracket.
You
It's in the
can
losers
pick up
bracket.
your unemployment check over here.
Wait,
It's
that's your
still-
job? Dude, how do I get in on this?
On being friends.
You get free healthcare. It comes
Huh?
with
Does
benefits.
someone
No. It's not free healthcare if you have a job.
Graham pays for my healthcare.
It should
Did
be.
someone not give you a paycheck for being friends with me?
No.
Not
You
really.
you just do that out of the goodness of your heart?
Yeah, I thought that's what people do. These paychecks tied to it. I'll be friends with everyone.
Yeah. My last one bounced, but I'm gonna keep being your friend anyway, Taylor.
Thanks, Graham.
All right. Finally, round 8. We have Teleroboxer, the last of the Virtual Boy picks submitted by Clanky, versus.
It's all been built leading to this.
It's Yoshi, which is a 1992 game submitted by, I don't know, it says Christian, but he never talks about it.
I'm going to ask this one more time. Can we vote first?
Yes, please, let's.
But I want to talk about my game. And I really,
no, you're not the one who's in danger here.
really want to hear about Yoshi. I don't think I've ever heard anything about it.
No.
Christian,
Right.
would you please...
Actually, Christian, can I pitch Yoshi?
No.
All right. We swap things.
Let's hear it, Christian. I'm ready for this Yoshi pitch.
All right,
No.
let's get this over with.
Oh, he refused.
Oh, he's not pitching Yoshi? Okay.
Yeah.
Clanky, you can go.
Oh, all right. So, Teleroboxer. Teleroboxer is a boxing game for the Virtual Boy where you pilot these giant mechanical robots to box each other. It's very similar to Punch-Out, the boxing series that was on the NES and the Super Nintendo and later on the Wii. But the thing that makes this unique is actually something unique to the Virtual Boy, and it's not the 3D effects. So the Virtual Boy's controller has 2 D-pads on either side. I'm not sure exactly why it has 2 D-pads, but in Teleroboxer, being like one of the only games that really utilizes this, you control each hand's block and punch trajectory based on which D-pad you're using. So like the right D-pad controls your right hand and the left one controls your left hand. And it's actually like a really fun, interesting, unique way to do a like Punch-Out style game.
Punch?
Yeah. So the this game's like highlight is definitely the like different boxers that you fight, where Punch-Out relies on, you know, stereotypes of each like nation to represent their like boxers, or like has stereotypical like caricatures to represent the nation or whatever. The this game just has like fun like robot designs. One of the robots, like, you can punch his head and it like then slots into his stomach, and then you have to like gut punch him to get headshots, which I think is very unique. And so, yeah, you have one with like that one of the rice hats, and it functions as like a drill, and it'll start drilling you. And you have my favorite, which is named Bomb Coon, and he's just a giant, like...
You can't stop Bomb Coon.
You cannot stop Bomb Coon. When you start the boxing match with him, when you start the boxing match with him, you have, I believe it's 25 seconds to kill him. If you do not or maybe it's like 30 seconds, but whatever. If you do not successfully kill him, you blow up and you lose. So it's like...
so fucking funny.
He plays very defensively, that way, like, you know, his timer runs out, and it's like, you know, it's unique things like this that you couldn't really do in a Punch-Out game that make this game very fun. I really desperately want to see them revisit this idea because, again, its biggest problem is that it's on the Virtual Boy, and the Virtual Boy just is not a very good system. So I would love to see this kind of game, like, revisited. They would have to make a controller with 2 D-pads, but I guess you can use
the Switch.
It's like
the
a normal
Switch.
person. Yeah, the Switch. You're so right. The Switch 2's coming. It has 2 D-pads. Guys, come on, we gotta get on this. It's fake.
2.
I want
Teleroboxer.
I was gonna say it.
I was gonna say Teleroboxer as well.
I want to see Teleroboxer because I think it'll be something great. So, and I think that, like, being on a modern console will help the clunkiness of this game. The reason why I had it, like, not as high as Virtual Boy Wario Land for me is because, like, the concept is so strong, but the execution, not that it's bad, but it's not great. You know what I mean? So while I think that Virtual Boy Wario Land is, like, technically the better game, I like Teleroboxer more. This game is, like, pretty unique, and that definitely means a lot to me. But it doesn't have Yoshi.
Well, Christian, maybe you can enlighten us as to something that does have Yoshi.
No.
But I'm dying to know about Yoshi.
I could pitch it again.
No.
You swap.
Can I have
things.
something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat? No. Can I have something to eat?
Christian,
Let's go gambling! Oh, dang it! Oh, dang it!
when I'm feeling like the world of Yoshi overwhelms me, I like to remember what President William Howard Taft said. Get me out of the tub!
Get me out of this ball!
I thought every president had a bowling name. We're discovering a lot of
Taft
presidents
just
that have
wanted to get
bowling
out of the
names.
tub. He was really adamant about getting out of that bathtub.
He was stuck in that tub.
People don't know that he actually called bowling Williaming.
No, that's the thing. Burt Reynolds McDonald is actually William Howard Taft's great ancestor, and he wanted to get stuck in the tub, but he got stuck in the
Well, he
ball.
was his all-right ancestor.
This family tree is confusing.
He wasn't his great-grandfather, he was his okay grandfather.
Jordan, Christian never played Yoshi.
What's
No,
up,
he
Jordan?
doesn't. He said no like 5 times. If you don't want to pitch Yoshi, we can just go to the
He
vote.
never played Yoshi. He doesn't know
we
what
can go to the
Yoshi
vote.
is.
I didn't play Heir today, gone tomorrow.
I didn't play the banjo.
Alright. Are we just gonna go to the vote?
In Yoshi, you swap things. There are these eggs, and you can pile one egg on top of another egg, and it squashes the enemies in between. Yoshi handles the things like little things on the bottom, and you swap the enemies around, and it's kind of like Puyo in that sense, only without the chaining. It's kind of cute. It's fun when you get it for free on the Ambassador program, and it's a really silly... I lost my train of thought. Let's vote.
Game.
I don't think I was going to say that.
Oh.
Okay, hang on. It's like what Calvin Coolidge always said.
Where's the bowling pun?
Cal Pin Coolidge, I think you mean.
There it
He did
is.
it. He did it.
There.
All right. Well, I suppose we can go to the vote now. Taylor, you're up first.
Like, which one would make you happier?
Listen, I want you to vote for Teleroboxer, but voting for Yoshi would be really funny.
You kind of got me in a box here.
You can do the second. You
Telerobox?
can do the second funniest thing in the world.
He is in the dark side.
Yeah, sure, I played Yoshi. Who gives a fucking shit? Yoshi.
All right. Nick.
I'm gonna vote for Yoshi.
Graham.
I'm gonna vote for Yoshi.
Aw, Telero bros, it's over.
Christian.
I'll vote for Teleroboxer.
Clank.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Teleroboxer lost 4-1
For Yoshi?
because I'm voting for Yoshi.
Oh, God.
You see,
you're the only
Christian
person in that round
Christian
that's
has
not-
done this bit for so long that he's actually created the idea that Yoshi isn't fun to play. It is.
Oh, like Ape Escape?
Jordan, you're going to receive a box in the mail, and it's going to have a severed finger in it. Now,
Okay.
I will not tell you where the
Yours?
finger. I will not tell you where the finger comes from, but it is your DNA.
How can you get one of my fingers if I'm not yet there?
Oh,
why
it's
don't you-
it's because you're AI generated. It's your sixth finger.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, how would you get that then?
Look
We
at
have
your own
6
fingers, Jordan.
fingers. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You have less than 6 fingers? That's crazy.
I
This
have
is where
10.
Jordan looks at his finger and realizes that one of them is missing.
No. I counted all 10. You know.
Hey, yes, in improv, Jordan. You ran a club for this.
No, it's funnier if I just deny you the bit.
It's funny when we say no to bits, right? It's funny when
Anyway,
we break
cut to the
illusions and
funeral.
realities.
Anyway, Graham, how's it going?
All right.
Okay. All right, we go to losers round. Nestor's Funky Bowling versus Saturn Bomberman. I'm just gonna call it Mr. Bomberman. Bomberman.
Bomberman.
Mr. and Mrs. Bomberman.
And Mr. Bomberman, the representative for East Texas.
Mr. Bomberman. Starting now with Nick.
I mean,
I can't believe you're gonna vote for Nestor's Funky Bowling.
I'm voting for Nestor's Funky Bowling.
But think of the Bombermans. Oh, Graham.
I'm voting for Sad Turned Bomberman.
Oh, they had a great culture shock set.
For real?
Christian.
I'm gonna vote for my favorite Pikmin sequel, Bomberman.
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 Clanky.
Nestor's Funky Bowling.
Is somehow tied up for Taylor.
You could do the funniest thing.
Well,
The second funniest thing.
Yeah.
No, this is actually the
Second
third funniest thing. This is the third funniest thing.
as Bowling Clinton once said, I'm
That
too,
was good. That was good.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm-
Bowl Clinton is how he prefers to be called. Less formal.
yeah. Well, as he said, I'm too recent of a president to be included in this bit. Please don't use recent presidents. And I'll say, I'm sorry, Bowling Clinton. I'm a vote for Saturn.
Also, hey,
Bomberman
Hillary,
instead.
can I walk you home?
Yeah, and that's exactly why I didn't want to.
And
It's
the
not-
evil's
the
defeated.
thing about president jokes is they're not funny if they're topical. They're only funny if they're really old presidents.
Especially if they're obscure ones. Like, George Washington is funny, I guess. But what's
James
really
not-
funny is to Menda. Look, Millard Fillmore is one of the funniest
I was
presidents.
literally gonna say Millard Fillmore. I was
Yeah.
literally gonna say him.
James Buchanan's
favorite-
head is just a banana.
My favorite obscure president to go back to is always Martin Van Buren.
Oh, that's great hair.
I kind of played my cards
Martin
early. Mine-
Pinburen, I think you mean.
I played
No,
my
it was
cards early.
Martin
Martin
Pin
Van
Bowling.
Butterball. It was Martin
my
Van
favorite-
Butterball.
I think my favorite president, my favorite obscure president is President Andrew Garfield.
Yes, of
He's
course.
so right for that. I've never seen
my
a president.
favorite one is James K. Bulk.
You
Taylor,
know, I
did you
wanted
end
to
up
make one of.
voting?
Did I?
Taylor.
Thriller.
I did say Saturn Bomberman. I may have gotten confused in the confusion. And by the way, what I was saying was I played my cards too early because William Howard Taft is my favorite old president to fall back on.
You know, I thought of one for
Well,
Jimmy
you don't want
Carter.
him to fall back
but-
on you. Hello.
Penny
Don't get me
Carter.
out of the tub.
Why am I this stuff?
Give me this job.
Ah, I'm stuck in the tub.
Burt Reynolds in the William Howard Taft stuff.
Hey Willie, can you get me out of the ball and then get me out of the tub?
Next, we're gonna have William
Not
Howard Taft
necessarily in
presents
that order.
Pokemon. All right, Pokemon Pinball versus Fast Draw Showdown, starting with Nick.
Fast Draw Showdown. Let's dance,
Yeah, there you
amigo!
go. Graham.
I'm voting for Pokemon Pinball.
Holy
I'm Ron
shit,
Burgundy?
he's so right.
Chris.
Pinball? Question mark?
Amigos, I regret to inform you that we are dancing.
Clanky.
Let's go crazy. Fast Draw Showdown.
Let's dance, amigo!
We
I
are
think it's
so
way crazier to
dancing.
go with the pinball, but like to each their own.
It has pin in the name, which reminds me of bowling.
Funky.
Get me out of this bathtub.
I've actually said that to someone.
Yeah.
Or
My
yeah,
mom.
is your
You're
name
stuck in a
William
bath?
Howard Taft?
No, I'm just really tall and I don't fit in baths.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're stuck in a bathtub, what else are you going to say? How get me out of this bathtub?
It was bad.
It's a logical thing to say.
I'd say get out of the bathroom. I'm naked, probably.
But you're stuck in the bathtub. You need someone to get you out.
Ripper versus Freddi Fish 4, Case of the Hogfish, Rustlers, and Briny Gulch. Based on the
Yeah, based on the novel push I said back.
And Knuckles.
Featuring Dante from the Dante Cry series.
Based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire.
with funky new modes. Starting with Mick.
I'm going to vote for The Wind Rises.
I heard it. I heard it 17 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for you know what? Come back to me. No, what am I doing? Freddi Fish 4.
Okay. Graham.
Freddi Fish 4.
Christian.
I'm gonna vote for the Ripper, I think.
We were so close to having a game get no votes, but I thank you for that.
Of course.
It would have been funny. Okay.
I hate humor.
Clanky.
Ripper.
Oh. And Taylor. Do it.
Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you put Ape Escape on the bracket?
Because a horse walked into a bar and
This sounds like a job for the Jamaican inspector man.
And why did you put Ripper up? I can't punish you because you don't care if it loses. It would be funnier if I let it win, but I'm not funny. Freddi Fish 4.
yeah, that's the thing. I didn't do myself any favors by putting in a wild card I didn't care about. I had no other options though.
Welcome to the 1990's honorable mentions, where the stakes have never been lower.
We should do another honorable mentions after this for these honorable mentions.
What the fuck are you saying?
And we should just keep going.
It's just going to be Bomberman. That's all we have. We only have Bomberman.
It's going to be Bomberman versus Virtual Boy. Are you sure you want
Captain America Civil War?
Guys, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Christian also put in Sex too.
True.
Oh, thank
we
God.
can champion something.
Listen, my last
two back. Yeah.
my last hear me out for Teleroboxer, right? Okay. Have you ever wanted to punch the creator of a Virtual Boy game? Well, at the end credits for Teleroboxer, you could do just that.
I
Please.
can't believe you're asking me if I want to physically assault another human being. You would not make it into the police academy on the grounds that you would fail the psych evaluation.
You promise.
Final boss of
Actually, he's seen almost every episode of Psych. He'd do pretty well in those evaluations.
True.
Well, I know that you're not telling the truth.
I know that you don't have any proof.
Where's the
Checkmate.
deception?
Dinosaur Adventure 3D versus Teleroboxer. I didn't make that clear.
Nice, please.
Yeah, starting with Mick.
I'm gonna vote for Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
God damn it lost!
Graham.
No!
tragic. Alexa, play Despacito.
Clanky, do you feel the pain right now?
I mean, it's for a fucking Virtual Boy game, dude, so no.
I'm actually going to vote for Dinosaur Adventure 3 Dash D.
Oh, so that's a different name than the other two?
Yeah.
Okay. Christian.
I'm going to vote for 3D Dinosaur Adventure.
You can't. It's not on this one.
I can't? Oh, fuck you. I'm voting for Teleroboxer then.
It lost to an edutainment dinosaur game. Oh, man.
I don't know if it lost yet. Clanky.
It did, didn't it? Teleroboxer.
Taylor?
Sex too.
No.
See, Christian wants me now to vote for Dinosaur Adventure. No, whatever. Dinosaur Adventure penis. It's obviously a penis.
I actually didn't think Taylor was going to vote for Dinosaur. I thought I saved Teleroboxer because of a bit.
Alright.
Damn, sorry, Clanky.
Nope, it's okay.
Well, we still have Neopets versus Virtual Boy Wario Land. Maybe this one will do well. Starting with Graham.
I'm voting for One Pets.
Oh my god.
Only one. Christian.
Wario scares me, and I fear if I do not vote for his game, he will devour me in my sleep.
Wario Land.
Alright. Taylor.
Is that the sound the Virtual Boy makes when you play it for longer than 2 hours?
I think he's
More
voting
like
for
30
Bentions.
minutes.
Sorry, I needed to have my chanting minute.
Neopets.
Okay. And it's tied up for Mick.
Look, man, I don't know. I think I care equally about these games, which is not at all.
Not at all.
Like,
Then vote for Virtual Boy Wario Land. That's what you
You
want
can
to
give
do.
me your vote.
is it? No, I've at least
Could give Jordan the vote.
I've at least played Neopets, so maybe I'll just give it to that because I've at least played it.
Yeah. All right.
My evil plan.
All right.
The
Bomberman
edutainment
Hero.
game's gonna beat another Virtual Boy game.
Wow. What a
Oh,
bracket.
man.
Dude, I think you've earned a new nemesis in the form of a Dinosaur entertainment game.
Bomberman Hero versus Spy Fox 2. Some assembly required. Starting with Graham.
I can assure you all without a shadow of a doubt that Bomberman Hero has a better soundtrack than Spy Fox 2 Some Assembly Required.
You don't know that.
I do.
What number Bomberman is this, Christian?
How the fuck am I ever supposed to know
See,
that?
Graham, he didn't even do his research.
That reminds me of me, Christian, so I'm going to vote for Bomberman Hero.
This could be any Bomberman game between 25 and 200. No one could ever know.
It's not clear.
It's not clear. Try asking again.
Christian.
This is great news. Alexa, play Redial. I'm voting for Bomberman Hero.
Clanky.
Bomberman Hero.
Taylor. Taylor. Oh, okay.
The sounds of the creature beneath the floorboards.
What's going on?
He writes all of the songs.
He made the whole soundtrack.
Voting for Spy Fox 2.
Graham Osmond. And Mick.
I'm voting for Spy Fox 2.
Oh, God, that bit always gets me.
So,
all right. Metal Gear Solid versus Dr. Robotnik's mean bean machine. Starting with Graham.
Metal Gear Air.
gas, I think you mean.
Whatever.
Christian.
Dr. Robotnik's mean bean machine.
You skipped a couple beans. Clanky.
I don't have all my beans in me.
Metal Gear.
I was born with a few missing beans.
Taylor.
Wow. The Doppler effect.
I'm sorry, but your government mandated chanting time is over.
Get back to work.
Taylor's like acting like an actual ghost compared to when Clanky was a ghost.
Metal Gear Solid. I mean, it's the protagonist of the bracket. I don't know if that means it's the winner, but it's definitely the protagonist.
It's definitely the one that most gamers would agree should easily win this bracket.
Which is why it deserves to die.
Very fair.
Like, Metal Gear Solid is the character that got thrown into this universe with all these crazy villains and their crazy mind game, and it's just trying to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Robotnik's Beam Machine is that like one-off villain who's got this crazy plan, and then Metal Gear Solid just shoots him dead.
All right,
well, let's see if that actually happens. I guess it happens.
Yeah, I mean, it had already happened.
I guess it happens.
Dr. Robotnik's mean bean machine.
Okay.
Mick, I think you said it wrong.
Dr. Robotnik's mean bean machine.
Let's go.
All right. King's Quest 6 here.
In all seriousness, though, I probably could have voted for Metal Gear Solid, though.
Yeah, probably.
Because I love stealth games.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, you could have also voted for Sonic Adventure over Ape Escape.
That's true. Thanks, Taylor, for reminding me.
Fuck you.
Hey.
No. Well, yes. Okay, hey. Yes, Jordan. Hey, horses do eat hay. What's your point?
My point is King's Quest 6 here today, gone tomorrow versus Yoshi, starting with Graham.
I have to vote for someone who shares the same name as me. So, King's Quest.
Voting for Yoshi.
King's Quest. King's Quest.
All right.
King Graham's barely in it. He had a cameo at the end.
Graham's probably more in that game than the
What are
other.
you talking
What's
about?
up?
Graham's real name is Alexander.
Yeah.
Alexander Hamilton.
And Alexander Graham Bell. Or to be more specific, Alexander Graham Bowl, because it's not just presidents.
Christian.
I'm voting for King's Quest VI, Heir today, gone tomorrow.
Clanky.
Yoshi.
Taylor.
What's the score?
2-1 King's Quest.
Come back to me.
Mick.
I kind of want to make it hard and vote for Yoshi.
Don't.
Do it.
I kind of want to make... Taylor, are you sure you don't know?
Oh, I know. I just...
Come back to me, Jordan.
Taylor.
Jordan, come back to me.
You see, the thing is, one of you needs to go.
Well, Taylor's supposed to go first.
Yeah, and you were supposed to vote for Sonic Adventure.
That's not in the cards.
He wasn't supposed to do anything.
Yeah, I have free will, just as much
Are
as
you
you
all
do.
following the scripts? I wrote this out specifically for all of us.
Is that what that thing you've been sending us has been, dude?
Oh,
I've been ignoring
hang on a minute. I haven't been reading those.
Well, that's why these episodes have been going off the rails.
All right, I vote for King's Quest 6.
Okay, good. And Mick.
I'll give it to Yoshi. I don't want to make Yoshi sad.
I do.
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Virtual Boy.
Mario.
Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
Dude, your Donald Duck impression is so good.
Starting with Christian.
Oh, it starts with me?
Yeah.
Who? Moi?
I didn't expect to stick up for the Virtual Boy as much as I thought I have been.
Neither did I.
Well, let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep this train.
Yeah,
Let's keep
I mean
this
that's what
train
happens
going.
when you have no stakes in a bracket.
I know, right? It's so freeing. Virtual Boy Wario Land.
All right, Clanky.
Virtual Boy Wario Lands.
Taylor.
Dinosaur Adventure 3D is dead. Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Oh, nice. All right, Nick.
Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
And Graham.
Dinosaur Adventure 3D.
Anyway, Graham, here's my 2 weeks' notice.
Formerly Chuck's.
All right, Spy Fox 2, some assembly required, versus Freddi Fish for the case of the Hogfish Rustlers of Briny Gulch.
The case of the hog shoe.
The hog
Sorry.
shoe, yes. All right, starting with Christian.
Jordan, you can have my vote.
Oh, really? Okay. Come back to me. Clanky.
You know what? I want my vote back. I'm voting for Freddi Fish 4.
Clanky.
Freddi Fish 4.
Taylor.
Spy Fox A2.
This is so fun. Mick.
Wait, I'm changing my vote to Spy Fox 2.
Mick.
Why would you do that?
I'm voting for Spy Fox 2.
Okay, 3-1 for Graham.
Christian, can I go see your vote back? Because once this leads the bracket, I'm not doing my 4 voice anymore.
He's got a very good point.
No,
I'm voting
Christian,
for Freddi Fish 4.
Christian, there is no way he will hold himself to that. It is too much fun for him.
I mean,
I guess you're right. I'll vote for Spy Fox 2.
All right. For the last time, this bracket.
Yeah, just this one.
Freddi Fish.
Please tell me you didn't say anything.
He didn't say anything.
I gotta tell you guys, it is now that my internet is lagging in and out. Whenever you guys cut out, I freak out a little that my internet has died.
I think because it cuts out for me as well. I'm wondering if it's like recorded.
No, because I'm looking at my internet signal and my signal drops down to 1 bar when it happens.
Man, Graham, you really fucking forward on that thing, dude. Like, what the hell?
Guys, help me! I'm foreign.
I'm gonna 4. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine versus Fast Draw Showdown, starting with Christian.
I am no longer dancing, amigo. I am voting for Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Oh, my throat is killing me. I don't know why I do that.
All right, Clanky.
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Taylor.
I said I was never voting for it, and I fucking meant it. Fast Draw Showdown.
Mick.
Come back to me.
Graham.
Let's dance, amigos!
Mick, we're back to you.
I'm gonna give it to Fast Draw Showdown.
Yeah.
Good fucking rhythm.
Who the fuck just did that?
I think it was Graham, because another Sonic game just lost.
It's not a Sonic game. It's a fucking Robotnik game.
Yeah, it's true.
Same universe.
Mario was in a Sonic game. That means that's the same universe. That means you can't vote for Mario anymore.
That's like
And
saying
Mario was in
Zachary
Super
Taylor
Smash
was in a
Brothers.
Sonic universe.
Mario was in Super Smash
Alright,
Brothers,
so
which means you can't vote for any Nintendo game.
I won't vote for Yoshi anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. See, you have to keep to your word, Graham.
No, we'll keep to that because now it's
Is Yoshi still? Oh, it is still in the bracket.
Yeah, it's Yoshi against Saturn Bomberman, starting with Christian. Well,
I will vote for Saturn Bomberman.
Clanky.
Yoshi.
Taylor.
Question: what's your favorite part about Yoshi?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. In fact, you did such a good job explaining your favorite part to Yoshi that you convinced me to vote for it.
Nick.
Yoshi.
Graham.
Saturn Bomberman.
Yeah, well.
Yoshi.
I see how it is.
Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Whoa.
All right, Virtual Boy Wario Land versus Spy Fox 2. Some assembly required. The voting order has shifted. It is now Clanky's turn.
Anyway, I'm voting for Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Yeah.
Wario Land.
Wario Land.
I am a vampire.
But I'm voting for Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Taylor.
I'm going to vote for Spy Fox 2. Monkey Penny.
Nick.
Spy Fox 2.
Graham.
I am voting for Spy Fox 2.
See, he thought to himself, I'd really like to do the 2, but I already promised that I wouldn't.
No, I wanted to just wait very long to do 2 to waste everyone's time that they have here on God's green earth.
Well, wasting everyone's time is what we're doing with this video anyway. So.
Jordan, can you please not talk about Reginald, our viewer, that way?
Viewer.
Hey, Ma! They said my name!
The idea that our Jersey fan's name is Reginald?
Well, he goes by Reggie.
Yeah.
Or Reg when he's with his friends.
It is, in fact, Reggie Fils-Aimé. This is what he sounds like.
I feel just
really
like a
sound
purple
funny.
Pikmin.
Hey, Ma, the Yearlies are on, and they're voting for Yoshi.
If it's fun,
Glory be to
why
Reggie.
bother?
And Christian.
All right. As quickly as the flame was set, I guess it must be snuffed out. Goodbye, Virtual Boy. I'm voting for Virtual Boy Wario Land. And if I drop this fucking spinning stick one more goddamn time, I swear, fucking God.
Jordan, please put on Keith Apocary's Virtual Boy rant in solemnness to the Virtual Boy.
Or don't.
Okay.
Jordan, don't listen to Mick, but listen to me.
All right.
Jordan.
Yoshi.
Have a
Yes,
good time tonight.
Jordan, edit yourself $10.
I don't know how to do that. But
Jordan,
okay.
buy a mansion.
I wish. All right. Yoshi versus Fast Draw Showdown, starting with Clanky.
Yoshi.
Taylor.
Christian, are you listening?
Oh my
Yes.
Yoshi.
Mick.
Let's dance, amigo.
Graham.
Hey, amigos, let's dance.
Hey, amigos.
Hey, amigos.
Hey, amigos, where are you dancing?
Shall we dance or what?
What's the deal with
All right.
dancing?
Christian, it's tied up for you.
Fast draw showdown.
Oh, thank Christ.
Christian giveth and Christian taketh away.
He's a coward.
I'm so...
I've always said in the bottom right corner of the screen with a colored text indicating that it was me who said coward.
Not in your heart, in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Yeah. Neopets versus Bomberman Hero, starting with...
We're in.
It's still Clanky, I think.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. Bomberman Hero.
Taylor.
I think.
Do you?
Therefore you am.
Therefore you am.
Look, it's late. It's late.
Then I'm gonna vote for Neopets.
Okay. Mick.
Bomberman Hero. He do be moving fast in the canoe. Hero.
But does he row?
No, he doesn't row. I see what you mean.
Graham.
And they say that a Bomberman
I knew it.
save us. I'm not going
I knew it. I'm surprised it took someone this long.
Do you think anyone here tonight other than Christian has voted for Bomberman Hero under the idea that they would enjoy Bomberman Hero?
I have.
I haven't.
I have.
I got two very
I'm
different
glad it's
answers
at least
there.
one of you.
And Christian.
It's one of the, I actually did try to make that game sound good, even if I mostly talked about the music, which is unequivocally good. It is objectively brilliant. I'm voting for Bomberman Hero because it has a better soundtrack than Neopets.
But
Dude,
is the
are you
song
kidding
Hero
me?
by Chad Crozier
Well,
on
you know
it?
what, Christian? Hang on. I'm gonna sing to you some of my favorite Neopets tracks. Are you
Oh,
ready?
you will only prove my point.
Yeah. Are you ready? Track number 1. There's no music in Neopets.
I do not stand corrected.
Okay. Metal Gear Solid versus King's Quest 6. Hair today, gone tomorrow. Starting with Clanky.
Metal Gear. Metal Gear.
Taylor.
Metal Gear.
Okay. That means Mick.
Come back to me.
Graham.
Woman smash Metal Gear.
Christian.
Metal Gear Solid.
It is 4-0, Mick.
I'm gonna give it to Metal Gear Solid.
I wonder what's gonna win the bracket. Another one of Graham's fucking games wins the honorable mention.
You don't
He's
know that.
so good at
Could be
this.
Bomberman.
I don't get it.
Well, it's because Graham who cares?
He's so good at this.
All right, Neopets versus Fast Draw Showdown. Starting with Taylor. Yeah, I had to remember in my head, but yeah, it's Taylor.
All right. Well, when Neopets goes up against Fast Draw Showdown, I like to pull back with Benjamin Harrison, who always said that he enjoyed that Neopets could have pets. So it was like a Neopets within a Neopets. That was his favorite part. So I'm going to vote for Neopets.
Okay. Mick.
Fast Draw Showdown. Let's dance, amigo!
Graham.
Fast and the Furious Draw Showdown, Tokyo Drift.
Okay. Christian.
I am now resuming to dance, amigos.
Amigo?
And Clank.
I guess Neopets.
All right.
Thanks, Clanky. Maybe I'll forgive you.
Neopets, the Pepsi of the bracket.
I don't need your forgiveness.
Okay.
All right. King's Quest 6, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, versus Spy Fox 2, Some Assembly Required, starting with Taylor.
I'm gonna say it. This is the worst bit I've ever done.
The one where you stay silent for 20 seconds and then make a noise.
I absolutely, when I listen back, I'm gonna get annoyed with myself for doing this bit. Just making noise.
Oh, good. That makes 5 of us.
Dude, imagine if John Mulaney tried this shit on stage, man. Like,
he just sits quietly for 20 seconds.
Because they pay for the hour. Like the 60-minute thing, where just one time within the 60 minutes he makes one sound effect.
My favorite thing about
I feel like
Jordan,
James Acaster has done that bit.
My favorite thing about Jordan is that I make the dumbest joke in the world, and then Jordan just goes fucking ham on John Mulaney's marriage. It's my favorite thing about Jordan is that I'll make the stupid joke, and then he goes in for the kill.
Smart.
His new special was pretty good. I'll say it. I'm brave enough to say it.
What, Baby J?
Yeah, it was.
Baby J. Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite special, but it was fun. Yeah, so I do have a lot of respect for King's Quest 6, but also simultaneously, I keep losing respect for King's Quest 6 because of all of the stupid bullshit it does. And I gotta tell you, after replaying Spy Fox, I am Spy Fox pilled, dude. It is so much fun. Like, way more fun than it has any right to be.
I'm so Fox-celled, spy-pilled.
In my assembly required era.
So humongous end core. Come back to me.
Okay. Great.
King's Quest 6, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow.
Christian.
Show me the spy facts.
Clanky.
King's Quest 6.
King's Quest 6.
And Mick, it's tied up.
Tied up? This is my first time ever hearing someone talk nice about Spy Fox, and I do have a lot of fond memories of watching King's Quest 6, so I think we can leave it to that.
Okay.
But, you know.
So like, it's okay. We're already done.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. First of all, this is our final 4. Look at it. It's great.
Yeah,
what a final 4
right there.
What a final 4.
3 games that could have never been here otherwise, and one game that could have won a regular bracket.
What a final
4.
I've been saying this.
Yeah.
I've been saying this.
Fast Draw Showdown versus King's Quest 6, Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. Still starting with Taylor.
King's Quest 6 Heir Today, Gone Tomorrow.
It's a good walking impression. Mick.
Come back to me.
Graham.
King's Quest 6, Heir Today, Gone Tomorrow. Oh?
Christian.
Amigos, I am pleased to announce that this dance never ends. Fast Draw Showdown.
Clanky.
Fast Draw Showdown.
We're back to you, Mick.
Do you know what the 4th funniest thing in the world would be?
Let's Dance and Amigo to the polls. Because I'm voting for Fast Draw Showdown.
Perfect. Bomberman Hero versus Metal Gear Solid. What would be the 5th fun?
Before we vote, Bomberman Hero definitely has a better soundtrack than Metal Gear Solid.
I don't know about that, Chief.
The fact that you sound uncertain, yet you played one of these and heard the song speaks volumes.
Yeah, the one I heard was the one that you aren't talking about.
Speaks volumes.
Well, actually, I have played, but Christian, I played Bomberman Hero, and I don't remember a single song.
Well, that's because you were playing it muted, you charlatan.
I remember it very well. I'm a big Chad Kroger fan. Wait, I think I might be confused.
Are you?
Oh, from Chad and
Let's
Jason.
not get into it.
The Nickelback lease.
Oh my god.
Meh. Tall. Ear. Salad.
Two salads.
Nick.
Metal Gear Solid.
Graham.
Metal Gear Solid. Monsters from the Solid.
I can't wait for Metal Gear Solid followed by Metal Gear Sol Super Ego.
God, shut the fuck. How could you?
Christian.
Bomberman Hero.
And Clanky.
Metal Gear.
Alright, 4-1.
Graham bought a Doberman to a dog contest.
Again.
No, well, last time, I don't know why Jurassic Park Origin Genesis.
That's because the game's just that good.
Well, it's because I'll tell you exactly why, Graham. Because you forgot to put it up in a bracket that mattered, so you got to have more agency over everyone else's food scraps. And then, to add insult to injury, you continuously cheated the system to vote for things that you did not care about because you were complicit in what would go up against Operation Genesis. What do you mean you don't know? You masterminded the entire bracket.
That's the thing, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I've even tried to get Graham to help me mastermind a bracket, and every time he's shown way too much backbone and said, "No, Mick, I will play fair."
Yeah.
There's audio recording of him saying I manipulate
Graham is the Richard Nixon of the Yearlies.
If anyone wants to be Richard.
I think you mean Richard Pixon.
Richard Nixpin.
That's better. That's better.
Yeah, now I get it. I was like, what? What are you saying?
Can I be honest? When I started this bit, I didn't want to reuse the same bowling term. That's why,
we can only use so many. Is the problem?
That's why I kept trying to make other things. I pivoted to other puns because I'm like, I can't just use pin for everything.
It's like my favorite president, Schuster Alan Arthur said.
God. All right,
what actual precedent is that?
Chester Allen. I think it's like Chester Allen, whatever. I don't know.
And the guy that came before the guy, and of course, everyone's favorite president, Jimmy. Absolutely disgusting floors. Weird '90s pattern. Weird '90s pattern carpets. He's got a really long name. It was weird.
Bomberman Hero versus Fast Draw Showdown. Starting now with Mick.
Fast Draw Showdown.
What are you talking about? Bomberman Hero is your favorite game.
Let's dance, amigo.
Voted for it like every time it went on.
Bomberman Gyro.
I was thinking it too last round.
Technically, I made that joke already when I ordered Bomberman Hero with tzatziki sauce.
Yeah. Christian.
Well, I don't think it would be a controversial opinion to say that Bomberman Hero is a better soundtrack than Fast Draw Showdown. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Fast Draw Showdown has songs.
It does.
Despite the fact that they dance. Oh, it does? Well, I guess
yeah.
They have to dance to something, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to see the Fast Draw Showdown guys dance to Bomberman Hero music. I'm voting for Bomberman Hero.
All right. Clanky.
Bomberman Hero.
And Taylor.
Man Hero.
I should be more excited that a Bomberman game is going to get second place, but for some reason right now it doesn't feel earned.
All right. Metal Gear Solid.
It's only here. Christian, it's only here because Taylor badmouthed Pinball.
Yeah,
can I ask you a question? Would you like to do the entire bracket over where Pokemon Pinball beats Bomberman Hero and see what happens?
No, because I'm still mad.
Because we have the time.
No, you don't understand how much I like Pinball.
Fast Draw Showdown versus Bomberman Hero.
We already did that one.
We did. Okay, we had 4-1.
Exactly. Which
4-1, buddy.
Fast Draw Showdown would have gone down. Losers round 1.
Metal Gear Solid versus Bomberman Hero.
Anyway, I basically win.
Yeah. Mick.
Jordan, make
Metal Gear
Christian lose.
Solid. Jarvis, make Christian lose.
Jarvis, make Bomberman Hero win the bracket and blame Taylor.
And just for good measure, make Ram explode.
Jarvis, make
Oh,
All right. Graham.
Metal Gear Solid.
Christian.
You know, if they release another Bomberman game in our lifetimes, then I will try once
Like
again to
tomorrow?
get it to the place. Yeah, sure. The last Bomberman game was in 2022, I think, and it was
Oh
a
my
mobile game, so we're kind of fucked.
So long ago, wow. I'm sorry, what's that, Christian? There's no such thing as a dead franchise, Christensen?
Who said that? That's fucking crazy. I think
Aiden's brother.
I think fucking President Richard Nixpin said that.
Didn't we just
Anyway.
do that one?
We just did.
Well, yeah, he has a lot to say. Okay, it's a lot to say. I'm
Yeah,
voting for
as he
Bomberman.
said in his famous presidential address, I have a lot to say.
Bomberman. He said
Yeah.
that I am Richard Nixpin and I love Bomberman Hero.
Yeah. So that means Clanky.
Metal Gear.
And Taylor.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? It's like, you could say my collection's complete. Guys, all we have to do is let good games win when we've decided that they're good games.
Yeah.
No.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Then, let's say we just sit here in silence for like 10 more minutes.
Well, let's give it to Metal Gear Solid and move on with our lives.
I'm so for Taylor filibustering the bracket until Bomberman Hero wins. I am in full support of this.
I do not like green eggs, Sam. I am.
Taylor, please read off the
Like
entire
green eggs and
script
ham.
to the Star Wars trilogy.
Hang on, actually, I've got a better script I can read. I've got it around here somewhere.
Your sponsors?
No, I've got it here. All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2010 Yearlies. This is our first episode, in which we are going to rank some of our favorite games on a bracket and vote for
All right,
them.
Clanky Graham.
Actually,
you should do this until you change your vote.
The first lines of the 2010 Yearlies was talking about if you could milk lobsters.
Yeah, no, but that's not in the script. We went off script immediately, Graham.
The worst
The
job in the
non-lactating
world.
lobsters were really... Well, actually, the lactating... I vote for Metal Gear Solid. The bracket's over, guys. Go home.
The worst job in the
Lobsters
world.
might not lactate.
Go get dinner!
Edited in footage of Jordan in a bathrobe going, "What are you still doing here? Go home. The bracket's over."
Guys, I don't know how Metal Gear Solid got into this honorable mentions of who cares games, but if Metal Gear Solid didn't win, then, like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious?
It wasn't even close.
It was in another bracket.
The only game that gave Metal Gear Solid even a sparring match was Dr. Robotnik's meme.
That's so funny.
Ridiculous.
Nuclear bomb versus coughing baby. Like 15 coughing baby.
Well, the good news is that this was so nonsensical that maybe I can come out of my villain arc next year.
Please.
You were in your villain arc this
Be
year?
heroic.
Did I not do a great job?
You really didn't. I felt like we were on the same side for a lot of this, honestly.
Mick and Taylor are still done.
So, have we done an outro?
Who wants to
Did
do
you
it?
want to do one?
Yeah.
Okay, Christian, do the outro.
Sounds cool. So Yoshi is a 1992 NES game
God.
where, and I have to say, because this is the last time I'll ever get to say it may have the best name for a game ever of all time. And that is what you waited 10 years for.
Thanks,
I really
guys.
thought the bit of me not pitching Yoshi ever would have been a little funnier, but how about we do the like whatever, subscribe, fucking fuck you. We're gonna do another bracket next time, I'm sure. Or not. Who knows? 1999.
1999.
We did that.
Videos, subscribe button, dislike button, unsubscribe button, report this video button.
1999.
There is no dislike button. As of this recording, there's no dislike button.
Is there no longer a dislike button?
Oh wait, they added it back. That's right. But they don't let you see how many dislikes there are.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
that's been the truth for like 7 years.
I know. And that I've you know what? Here's the thing, Taylor.